Hello, you beautiful freaks, and welcome to a brand new episode of FREAKQUELS. I'm your host, EJ Leeson, and with me today is that cutie patootie, Rory FINALLY. What's up, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, what's new?
Nothing.
Don't scream.
No.
What?
What?
It says don't scream. Don't scram. We have Robin.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know what it says.
Don't scram.
You weren't supposed to say that into the microphone.
Oh, sorry. My bad. But, no, I'm just kidding. And with us today, horror expert.
Let's start that bit didn't work.
Horror expert. Hello, you beautiful freaks, and welcome to a brand new episode of FREAKQUELS. I'm your host, EJ Leeson, and with me today is Rory FINALLY, that cutie patootie. What's up, bro?
I'd be feeling a lot better right now if my original bit worked out. It just didn't.
It worked. I thought it. I
tried.
I felt frightened. I felt it.
Did you feel threatened?
Yeah, I felt threatened and frightened.
Yeah.
All in one.
My bit was that I was trying to make him believe that his loved ones were in danger.
Right.
Which is always a funny thing.
And you crushed it.
I know.
I think you nailed it.
I did so well that we're doing take 2.
Yeah. And with us today, founder of NEPA Horror Fest, horror expert, local horror legend, I would say, Mr. Bobby Keller. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude, what's up? How you doing?
I'm maintaining.
Yeah, maintaining. And you have a show coming up soon, right?
In October, yes.
Are you pumped?
No.
Not in the slightest.
So, yeah, we have, it's Saturday, October 11th, and this year it's 13 short films. It's our 11th short film festival.
Yeah.
So it's the 11th one, and I don't want to call it 13 short films 11 because it just sounds stupid. So it's 13 short films 2025 at the Ritz Theater.
Awesome.
So we're no longer at Circle Drive-In.
Oh, okay. And that's awesome. The Ritz Theater is
Kind of an amazing theater.
Yeah, I love all the stuff they're doing. Like, I love
Yeah.
that. Like, they do all these really cool events.
I just wish movie theaters still looked like that.
I know.
Because, like, I go into, like, movie theaters now, and they all kind of look like hotels. Like,
Right.
they have, like, these big, giant, unimaginative lobbies.
Yeah.
And then, like, you go into the Ritz, and it has, like, all this character, and it just feels like you're in a movie theater.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, you walk into Cinemark, you feel like you're in The Shining. Like, is this the Overlook? The carpets kind of match.
They do,
no,
actually.
I'm just kidding.
No, it's very close.
It's very close. It's very close.
No,
But-
it's cool that you're here because we've been wanting to get you on the show for a while, but our schedules never line up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember like the one day like I reached out to you and I'm like, "How's Tuesday? Tuesday doesn't work for me. How about Wednesday? Wednesday's worse." I'm like, "Well, we'll find a way.
We'll get there.
Down the road."
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
here we
for
are.
over a year now, I think, because I think we're going to promote the Candyman event. Or
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we were promoting it anyway.
Regardless,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're
Thank
on
you.
our list of plugs that we put at the end.
Yeah. And on our site, too.
Oh yeah, you're on the
yeah,
website
like,
as
there's
well.
a
There's a
link
nice quick
directly
link
to
to
your
go right to you guys.
things. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome.
There's a bill coming your way, so I just wanted to know that.
I don't
Just so
have
you
any
know.
fucking money.
We settle for shoes.
Yeah, we'll take what...
I don't have shoes.
Oh, no. We'll settle for socks?
I mean, I could rob Payless.
Okay. That
I'll
would
go
Bob
back in time and get those Legion of Doom slippers.
Oh, yeah.
With
the spikes?
I think I bit one of them. No, there was their heads. The Legion. They had WWF kid slippers. I think I bit one in the store. Like I bit its head.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious. I used to have the wrestling buddies.
Oh, I almost burnt my house down with the Ultimate Warrior.
Why?
I kicked him off the bed in the middle of the night. And he was just laying on the heater.
Oh, no.
Burnt ass.
Oh, God.
Which ones did you have? I had Hulk Hogan, Macho King, and
King, yeah.
Ultimate Warrior. I did. They had Ted DiBiase and Big Boss Man, but I didn't have those.
Yeah, I had Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, and Macho King.
Yeah, those were the ones I had.
Yeah.
I didn't
Those are
watch
the ones
wrestling.
that came to Scranton.
yeah. You didn't watch wrestling?
No,
growing up?
I've never watched any wrestling.
You
my
didn't
entire
miss
life.
anything.
Yeah.
I'm just
No,
kidding.
it's crazy.
No, that
'cause,
was
like, some people that I know that watch it, they like live by it. They're so pumped and excited by it, and I didn't not watch it for any particular reason.
Right.
Did you see Sabu died?
No.
Yeah, he
From
di-
ECW?
Yeah.
No way. Really? When? Just,
Like 2 days ago.
oh my God. He was awesome. He was
Yeah,
like one
I
of
got
the
to see
best
him
of
in
all time.
Scranton. He wrestled Rob Van Dam, and it was maybe 5 years ago when or no, longer than that, maybe 10 years ago. It was Bret Hart did a meet and greet, and he came out.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But
yeah.
yeah, that was 10 years ago. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. 5 years ago.
It was at the CYC, right?
Yep.
And stuff. Yeah, I remember seeing like pictures from that event and hearing about it and stuff too.
It's
Yeah.
the same building too. Ironically, when I was a kid, I went to a house show there, and I was trying to get like a high five from Bret Hart, and some kid's dad pushed me out of the way. And I was so mad 'cause all my friends got to touch Bret Hart, and I got pushed. I didn't tell anyone. I should have told somebody that
Yeah.
a grown man pushed me. But then in the same building, I got to shake his hand like 30 years later.
So, man, did you ever meet Owen Hart at all?
No.
Oh man, He
I
was
saw
my
him.
favorite. Yeah.
I saw him. He was tag teaming with Yokozuna, so I got to see him wrestle at least.
Yeah, he was always like my favorite. I don't know why. I just
Mm-hmm.
always loved Owen Hart. I thought he was hilarious.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. He was just he was rad. He was
I have
the best.
nothing to contribute to this conversation.
I know.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, all right,
You know
man.
Macho Man. He fought Spider-Man.
That's true. I know him as Bonesaw.
Hart.
I know him just as Bonesaw.
right. Yeah, he fought Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he lost, but he held up pretty good. I don't know.
It was under 3 minutes.
And then, did you ever see The Nanny with Hulk Hogan?
No.
What about
Suburban
Santa with
Commando?
muscles?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What about Rocky 3? Because
Oh yeah, there you go.
Thunderlips.
Meatball.
The ultimate meatball.
Yeah,
What's the other one? He was in Three Ninjas Part 3, High Noon at Mega Mountain.
Yeah, is it good?
I forget the actress's name, but she's really fucking hot. Can I curse on this show?
Oh
Yeah, go nuts.
It's welcome. We encourage it.
Yeah.
Lonnie Anderson?
Oh yeah,
She's
yeah.
really fucking hot in that movie.
Yeah.
You just have to like fast forward the parts with all the ninjas.
So like 99% of the movie, you just have to fast forward. To
I also think that Louis Anderson is hot.
Louis, Louis.
That's the one.
Yeah.
You're
I
doing
moved
good
up
Louis
from
Anderson, by
fries.
the way.
Oh, thanks.
He had a good cartoon.
yeah.
What, Life with Louis?
Yeah, I love that.
I hear that.
It
I
was
hear
real
that
good. It was as good as Camp Candy.
the dad's voice in that show is stuck in my head for the rest of my life.
Yeah. And I watched that. I remember it was on Fox.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. That was that and Bobby's World.
I love
that
Oh,
show.
you didn't like Bobby's World?
I hate it because of the name.
Like this bitch took my head.
Howie Mandel is a bitch.
How dare he? But yeah, so one of the things we like to do is talk about recent movies and stuff that we've seen. Is there any new movies that you watched recently or
New?
like documentaries? Yeah.
I watched the Descendants documentary that you recommended to me.
Yeah.
That was good.
It was awesome. So good.
I learned a lot more about the band All that I did not know before. New movies. I've been watching The Facts of Life. I really have.
Hey, man, you take the good, you take the bad. You take them both. And there you have the facts of life. Sorry.
The first time I saw that opening, it was on, like, I stayed up. It was like the summer, and I stayed up. Might have been watching USA Up All Night. And then when Rhonda Shear ended, The Facts of Life would come on, and I'd always shut it off. And I thought it was a game show the whole summer. It's just
Yeah,
the opening,
click.
and I didn't get far enough. But something might come to me. Why don't you guys start, and I'll probably remember something that I saw.
Rory, how about you? What did you watch recently?
I watched Drugstore Cowboy.
I love
Did you ever
that
see
movie.
that? Yeah, that movie.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it yet?
No, is it good?
It's awesome.
You'll
love it as soon
it's
as
on
you
my
see it.
list. Yeah, because it's Criterion, and I do
Yeah.
want to buy it. I just haven't
Yeah.
recently.
If you watch that, watch Another Day in Paradise right after.
Yeah.
With James Woods. It's the Larry Clark, the director of Kids.
Oh, okay.
Larry Clark, the guy who makes movies and make me want to take a shower immediately after watching them.
Yep.
You ever watch any of Larry Clark's movies?
I saw
Kids?
Kids. Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to watch Kids all
they're
the time.
good movies, but then there's like an extreme close up of like little boys on a couch, and I'm like, why are you doing this?
Yeah,
What's that one that he did? Bully. You ever see Bully?
yeah, Bully.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I
too.
remember reading about him, and he loved to take methamphetamine and take pictures of skateboarders and stuff, and it was like really it's uncomfortable.
There's something going on with Larry Clark.
Yeah, I don't like him because of that. That shot of like the kids without their shirts on the couch and Kids, I was like, because I went to rewatch it within the past couple of years, and I got to that part, and I was like, I'm shutting this off.
Yeah,
It's either that he's trying to be like as authentic as humanly possible,
Nope.
or he's just weird, and it's probably the latter. But
I'm not gonna say
I'm not gonna say.
I'm not gonna
I'm not
say
gonna
what
accuse
he
the man of anything. I know Larry Clark's a listener, so I don't really want him coming out the
you don't want
door.
him-
But EJ,
When's Bully 2 coming out? What's up, Rockers?
Bully's
3?
Revenge. No, definitely check out Drugstore Cowboy.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. I saw Thunderbolts twice.
Yeah, that's unusual for you
It
because
is.
you see like a movie once and you're like, I'm good, I'll wait and buy it
No,
or whatever.
no,
till
they're like-
after. I mean, it's
movies
very
are-
rare that you go see something twice, right?
No, not at all. It just depends on what it is. Marvel for sure. It's
Yes,
it's been a spell for probably about like 5 years or so. Do you
Right.
watch like Marvel movies at all?
No.
No, not at all.
Not recently, no.
Yeah.
I appreciate them, but then I get like, I don't know, I get lost.
Yeah.
Well, the creative teams have been lost for a little while too.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about this on some past episodes. It's not that like any of them are.
I like
bad
Guardians of
movies.
the Galaxy.
Those are my favorite.
I really liked those, and the Avengers.
Yeah.
They're lots of fun, but the last couple of years, it's like they've been having like an identity crisis or something. So their movies haven't been like hitting the way they used to. This one dealing with like mental health and depression and unresolved trauma
A
and guilt.
superhero?
Yeah, and like seriously, it's this really cool thing because like a lot of these movies just kind of end with people resolving their issues
By punching.
punching,
the shit out of
and
it.
it's
Yeah.
more of like a Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 approach where it's like you don't have to necessarily pummel your opponent into the ground. You can sometimes just like empathize with them.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's like really powerful if you can really make it land. And I thought they did. I didn't expect the
confessional.
yeah, I made you a playlist. No, I didn't expect the third act of a Marvel movie to just literally have me like tearing up, and I say tearing up, I mean like literally, like I was like crying. I thought they handled it really well. I think Florence Pugh has like my favorite acting scene in the longest time. You know what I'm referring to, right? When she kinda
Her in
has-
New York City with her dad.
Yeah, that is like so raw and great, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I saw it once by myself, and then I was like, Becca, you need to see this movie right now.
Yeah.
So then the other things that I've been watching to get myself all prepared for the new Final Destination, I watched all 5 of them.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Can I tell you how I feel about them?
Yes. In order. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll do it. The first one rocks. I
so good.
really love that first movie because I love the fact that the tragedy in that, like the plane crash, like you feel the emotional weight of that crash throughout the entire film. Like I like that they have like the teacher has like survivor's guilt essentially for just being like, no, you get on the plane. I'm gonna go deal with this shit.
Yeah.
And she feels like she probably should have been on the plane. So like they touch on things like that. What was it, Todd? The character Todd? Like his brother stayed on the plane and stuff. So like all their lives get kind of fucked up, and you feel it, and it doesn't feel phony. I also was wondering, like, when they were showing the funerals, the funeral of like all the kids, the little memorial thing that they did.
Yeah.
I just remember seeing that in the theater and it just kind of hitting a certain way. And I was like, that's probably because when we were that age, so it was like right after Columbine, and they were like televising all those kids like funerals and stuff. And you're like, oh, do you remember that? That was creepy. That was like a really unfortunate
What if they made a Final Destination about people that survived a school shooting?
Oh no.
Oh no!
They're like, someone stands up, they're like, I saw it coming. Like, yeah, we all saw it coming.
Dude, we watched the news too.
Yeah, it's not a vision, it's the news. But then I jumped in and watched part 2.
Yes.
And that movie has got a great opening, and then it's not great. It's not as good as I remembered it.
I love part 2.
I did
Me too.
I
love
really
part
liked
2.
it. And then I rewatched it, and I was like, this is like a little like we don't know what to do.
I thought it tied in so well.
Do you mean like the special effects or?
No, it's just like the first one had like some really like solid, believable characters. This was all just like stock characters, and I didn't give a fuck about any of them. You know, I don't know. And like even like Clear, they bring her back, and I'm like they don't utilize her in a good way. She's just like in a mental institution for a little bit, and then she comes out and she's like, I guess I'm gonna take care of this.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just feels kind of stupid. But I don't hate the movie. I just remember really loving it when I saw it in the theater, and then I rewatched it and I had like less feelings for it.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Did you watch it immediately after the first one?
it's probably a couple days later.
Okay,
So it
'cause
wasn't like
that'll happen to me sometimes if I marathon a series or like I don't know what I'm not sure what I'm trying to say. I think like if you like the first one,
then
a
it kind
lot,
of
and
the
then
second one, it's harder for it to reach that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that happens to me sometimes.
I just think that sometimes when they do sequels, it's like they understand the opening in those movies needs to be really important and needs to hit hard.
Yeah.
So they got that right. But then afterwards, the characters in it, they're not connected in any meaningful way. And they're not, like, you don't get to know them in the same way that they did in the first one. So, like, when they were dying, it was more like you're cheering rather than being like, oh, I like that one.
I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah,
though.
that's fine. That's an approach. But I do like these movies a little bit more when I'm connecting with what's happening. You know? Right. And I get it. It's like a Final Destination movie, so I might be asking a lot. But, but then I watched 3.
Oh.
Yes.
And
that's the one where they're screaming, "Hey ho, let's go!" before the
Yeah.
roller coaster.
Yeah.
I hate that movie.
Do you hate it? See, now we're on opposite pages now because I watched 3 and I'm like, this is a pretty good movie.
But that's all I remember from it, and I'm saying I hate it because of that scene. But I would have to rewatch it.
that roller coaster opening is horrifying.
Oh,
Really,
yeah,
I
it's
thought it was
awesome.
stupid from what I remember. That has the kid who plays like a leprechaun on Disney.
Yes.
Like a basketball
Yeah,
leprechaun.
he was in Halloween and Resurrection.
Yeah, Halloween Resurrection. He's on the computer.
Ryan Merriman.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
done that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll rewatch it then.
I'd give it a watch. Even the way they film the roller coaster scene, like I love all like the POVs and stuff, so that you just kind of feel like you're there.
Yeah.
And it's really impactful, and they kind of get back to that whole thing where there's like some type of like emotional resonance after the tragedy.
And McKinley's in it, which is
Oh,
one of my
boy.
favorite characters.
Yeah.
Is that the
He's-
tanning booth one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe I did like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't like the roller coaster scene though.
It's worth a rewatch because honestly, like I remember seeing it in the theater. I think it was with you.
Yeah.
And I remember just being like I liked it, and then I didn't really think too much about the movie after that.
I thought
But
about it every
revisiting
day.
it,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, every single day, think about it. No, but then like when I rewatched it, I was just kind of like, this movie's like actually really well put together, and it's got like, I mean, what's her face? Ewan McGregor's wife.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah. She's really good in it. It just feels a little bit better put together for me.
Yeah. And
Hey.
McKinley, he's in what do you call Ginger Snaps. He's like the drug dealer and
Is he?
yeah, he's in part 3 too.
Because his face gets all fucked up.
Yeah.
He's got like an STD or something.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Oh
guy.
no, not that one.
Oh.
He's the
Ginger
drug
Snaps
dealer
back.
that's like trying
Oh,
to
like
help.
the lovable drug dealer?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and then in this one, he's the lovable goth kid, right? That works at Lowe's.
Okay.
Yes.
He is actually probably the best actor in that entire franchise.
Oh, he's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
He is like really, really good when he's just kind of like talking shit.
Oh, yeah,
He doesn't
he's-
like rush through his lines. Like he just kind of like lets it all breathe nicely, and he's like doing all these fun like movements and stuff. So I love him as an actor.
Yeah.
I thought he was really good. So this is where I fell off originally.
Part 4.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that one.
That's the rough one.
I saw the first 3 in the theater. I was putting this together in my head the other night. I went opening night to see Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Nice.
I chose Halloween 2 over Final Destination 4.
As you should.
After watching Final Destination 4, I realized I made the right call.
Yeah.
Because holy shit, this was the first time I watched this movie, and it felt like the movie went straight, like the franchise went straight to video, and then at the last minute they were like, no, we'll put it in the theater. It is awful. It feels like a fucking parody or something.
It is absolutely the worst one.
What the fuck happened?
I know,
And the
it was
3D
so bad.
sucked in it too. It wasn't
Yeah,
even good 3D.
Bad 3D.
It was like comical.
I remember they were eating, like they were outside. They were eating outdoors at a restaurant on what is that called? Where you eat outside,
Like a patio. Yeah.
And like the one, like the 3D part was like the back of someone's chair was in your face. Right? It was
so bad.
stupid. I didn't
And
like
the rock in the lawnmower thing, right?
Yeah.
And
the wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in the lawnmower.
The Lawnmower Man remake with the rock.
yeah. And then the guy in the pool, right? He gets sucked up in the pool or
it's
something.
incredibly absurd.
It's bad.
And
It's
even
not good.
in that lead in it too, he's like your main character, and he just sucks.
Yeah.
Like he has like this vision. It's like the most horrifying thing you can experience. He's like, guys, we got to get out of here. Like he just does not
gotta
look
go.
scared. So that movie is easily the worst.
The NASCAR one, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so silly too when the cars start crashing. I'm not stop laughing. I'm like, man, this is all just going to fucking hell so quickly. But 5, I thought was really good. I wanted, god damn it, the little change up they did in the story. I wanted more of it when they were like, hey, if you kill somebody, then you get the years of their life. I wanted like the last half of the movie just to be that, because that's really interesting, like them having to make those like moral decisions, like okay, like I don't want to die, but I also don't want to live with having killed somebody, and I think you could have made that really funny. Like that scene that they show, like a moment where like the one guy in it where he's like contemplating pushing this woman in front of a bus, and I'm like, that should have been the whole second
The Tom
half.
Cruise character.
Yeah, he looks just like him.
He looks like a young Tom Cruise in The Firm. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm so pumped for the
Exactly.
new Mission Impossible, by the way.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, that one I really liked it. I just wish they filmed the bridge scene at night,
yeah.
because I felt like when it's in blinding daylight, when people are like falling into the water and you're looking down, you're like, that doesn't seem like such a bad thing.
Right.
I mean, you could survive that. But like visually, like if you're doing it at night and they're falling into darkness, you're kind of getting the impression that they're probably dead. You know, it's like something in your head gets masked.
Who goes on a field trip at night?
I don't care.
Yeah, Rory, what the fuck are you thinking?
Well, who goes to NASCAR?
Everybody. For some reason, everybody.
I wish that they did do that though, because it did feel like, I don't know, it looked a little cheap or something.
Yeah.
I just feel like some of the effects probably could have been masked a little bit better at night. It's just a preference. I will say though, for this new one, I made a little note of this. There's a stunt double who came out of retirement. Her name is Yvette Ferguson. She's 71 years old, and she came back to be lit on fire, and she's the oldest woman to ever be lit on fire.
Shut
for a
up,
stunt.
really? That's amazing.
And that made me laugh so hard.
Yeah.
Because why did they have to pick her?
They're like, you know what?
Why did they just have to bring her out of retirement?
A vet? Yes. Yes. What's up?
We need you for one more job.
Oh, sure.
What else
What
was
is
she
it?
in? Did you see what other movie she did?
No, I just saw that and wrote it down immediately because I was like, that is the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But
That's hilarious.
yeah, I saw that, and then I know we don't usually do this, but did you see that new Superman trailer?
No, I didn't.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god, EJ.
I know. I haven't seen it yet.
I really wanted to talk about it.
Is it good?
I'm so pumped.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it look like?
It looks really good.
Oh man, I
I'm
can't
so
wait.
excited.
Yeah.
There's just like a part where she's like interviewing him. It's very much like the Richard Donner movie with the interview.
Yeah.
And she says his name, and then he kind of like leans forward. And he's like, Miss Lane, and it's like 100% Christopher Reeve.
Ah, that's great.
And I was like, have all my money. I just want a really good Superman movie. That's all I want out of life.
Yeah, I did
Please
not
watch
see
it.
it yet, and I am excited for that movie. And Fantastic Four. I was like the Fantastic Four growing up. I remember going to like Comics on the Green and buying a lot of Fantastic Four. But I am excited for that. I don't know if it will be great or not.
I'm having feelings about it. Where I'm like,
Yeah.
this might not be a good movie. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm hoping for the best. I always hope for
I
the
hope
best.
for the best too. But
Hey,
yeah.
when I ask you what you've seen lately, I know 2 movies that you may have seen for the first time lately. 2 Ed Wood movies for an event that we
Yes.
did. If you want to talk about that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I did see Plan 9 before.
Well,
So
for
that
the
was my
purposes
first-
of this podcast, we're
I-
going to
it was the
pretend
first-
this is your first time.
First time. Yeah. No, I got to see Bride of the Monster for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw Plan 9. And they were incredible. Like, I had so much fun. I think Bride of the Monster is the better movie. I think it was, like, more...
It's kind of awesome.
Yeah, it's just awesome.
Did you watch Night of the Ghoul?
No.
It has the same characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really good.
No, that's
Janet
that's
Lawton
next.
comes back.
Who? Which
Janet
one's?
Lawton.
Who's that?
Did you ever see Ed Wood? The movie Ed Wood?
I have, yeah.
Do you know like the person that basically gives him the money to be in the movie? She's like the reporter in Bride of the Monster.
Oh, okay. I haven't. I have to rewatch those.
Please,
But
please
like
do it.
the last time, like I went through an Ed Wood phase when I worked at Hollywood Video, and it was like an assistant manager. He's like, "Yeah, I'll burn all the movies for you," onto a DVD. One of them was a porno.
How'd that get in there?
Not that, Ed Wood.
Oh God, no, he made a porno.
He did. He
The cemetery
drifted
one.
into that later on in his life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That was the last movie on the disc.
Oh, all right. Well, that makes sense now.
So what was better, Bride of the Monster or the Monster Nudie?
Night of the Ghoul was my favorite.
Is it?
Yeah, from what I remember.
I have a box set that I bought, and I'm just saying this. I know it's pretty fashionable to say that he's a terrible filmmaker. I just don't agree with it. Just think we talked about it in the episode.
No,
the events.
I think any film, I always say this, that gets made and printed and out is successful.
It's that, but it's also just the idea that, think of it like this: you're Ed Wood, and you're not even operating within the Hollywood system. You are
Right.
outside, right?
like
You have
super independent. film.
no
Yeah.
money. Like you're
Right.
raising the money yourself. Those little scenes where it's like you can laugh at them, like when in Plan 9 from Outer Space when they're like shooting the 5 million
my
rockets,
God,
the
yes.
missiles. They shoot like 1 million of them. But like those effects, he probably had to put in there himself. And it wasn't something that you could just do on a computer or something. Like that's like him, like probably like laying like, oh, I gotta go. They found me. Ed Wood.
Oh, no.
Ed Wood. Oh, the Ed Wood police is back.
You talked about him for too long.
Yeah, we gotta
too
go.
long.
But like all those like all that film probably had to be like layered over each other and stuff, and just to do some of that was probably really hard. So I mean,
Yeah.
I think he gets an unfair rep, even though I understand when you watch him from a technical level, there's a lot of questionable choices, and you see the set rocking around and gravestones falling over, and I just don't care. I think it gives it charm.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you enjoy the event?
I really enjoyed the event. It was amazing. It was awesome how many people came. Because whenever you do like an event, I don't know if you ever feel this way. You're like, I hope like
You're the perfect person.
someone
to ask this
comes.
question.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I'm like, I hope nobody comes so I can cancel it. We did that. We showed The Love Witch in 2016.
Yeah.
And for how popular that movie is now, like anytime I see somebody post about, I stopped doing this, but there's been a couple of times I'd be like, oh, where I didn't say where were you, but I'm like, it would have been cool if like you came when I showed this in Scranton. I don't know,
Sure.
one of
Yeah.
those things. And a lot of the people like, well, I just heard about it like this year. But like I showed it when it was new, and 2 people showed up, and that was I remember I was like, okay, so if nobody comes in the next 10 minutes, I don't have to sit through the Love Witch by myself. And then 2 people came in, and we had to show the whole fucking movie. I like it. I thought it was good.
Yeah,
The Love Witch
Witch
is
is great.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's fun.
I had that.
It looks very nice.
It looks
does.
good. Yeah.
I had that fear right before the first person showed up, where I'm like, what if no one shows up?
That's nice.
I
Which
love
is
that
fine,
feeling.
because like
I love when nobody comes.
see, like what we did was we like recorded the episode, like we recorded the audio so we can chop them up into some episodes. Mm-hmm. But like, if no one showed up, nobody would have noticed.
Right.
I don't know what I was nervous about. Cause no one
That's
can
true.
fucking
It's not
see it,
like a
but-
video podcast,
Yeah.
so
But
yeah.
it is cool though, like, cause I went home that night and I was like, oh god, like how did this turn out? Like I was so nervous about listening to like the audio back and having it sound a certain way. And
You
Casey
hear someone
Clocker,
break up in the audience.
Yeah, get the fuck
She left me. You get an email. Will you edit out the part where she leaves me?
No,
No,
it's
that's our cold opening.
that's our cold sting opening.
3 years of my life. And you left me at the Ed Wood podcast.
EJ, why'd you give him a mic?
I had to. It was interesting.
You mic
I mic'd it up. I'm just over there. You see me like a boom.
Oh, he looks sad.
This is good, Rory. This is good stuff.
See if you can get his teardrops dripping onto the microphone.
Dude,
That's
and
awesome.
I give like the thumbs up with a headphone. Yeah, that's great.
He somehow calls into this episode.
He's like, guys, please, I'm serious. Just take it out.
painful day of my life. No, it was cool that people showed up. But when I was listening to the audio back the other day,
Yeah.
when I was like putting the episodes together, it's really funny. Like,
Yeah.
like Casey Clocker.
He's hilarious.
God damn it.
One of the, he's just, I don't know. He's so funny.
I know. I messaged him immediately. I'm like, thank you. just for being you. He was
His
going through a
perspective
lot,
on
and-
stuff
yeah.
is just out there. There's a bit, if you ever get the time, go to Gremlins. He goes off on the one teacher about being there. He's like, why is this teacher there? Is he going through a divorce? It's like 2:00 in the morning, and he's just hanging out with a fucking gremlin.
He also asks the kids for Super Bowl tickets.
It's like, what is going on with this teacher? And we were like dying because I never thought about that.
No,
And
because
I
the
just watched
Mogwai,
Gremlins.
the gremlin is so mad that he stabs him in the ass.
It's like, what the hell is this teacher doing there too?
But what else did you see?
I saw Fight or Flight, the new Josh Hartnett movie.
Okay.
It's kind of like Bullet Train, but like Bullet Plane. And it's very like, it's good. I actually really enjoyed it.
Okay.
If you like Bullet Train, I feel like it has like that kind of vibe, but it's just a nonstop action movie. And Josh Hartnett, I don't know what it is about him, but I just love him.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
The faculty.
Yeah.
Dude, love the faculty.
It's so good.
I like him in Halloween H2O quite a bit.
Me too. I love Halloween H2O.
Me too. That's like, I think, my third or fourth favorite of the entire franchise.
There was several years that every Halloween I would watch 1, 2, and then skip to H2O because I went through a phase where I didn't like 4 and 5, but now like 4 is one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's like my second favorite.
Yeah.
I fucking love that movie too. I like all of them.
Me too.
Yeah.
There's like a point where I know where my fandom gets sketchy. There's like the first 7 I adore. Like I love them. And then I don't like Resurrection at all.
I saw Resurrection on my birthday and it ruined my birthday.
I can imagine. It's one of the
God
I
damn.
cannot wait. I think that's what we should do in October for our Halloween episode.
Oh, yeah.
I think we
Bring me on for
Halloween
Rob Zombie. I will
Yeah.
defend those movies.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, those ones I've said this a million times on the show. Like I'm not gonna say it's like my ideal vision for Halloween, but I love the fact that Rob Zombie just made it his own and did his own thing.
Yeah.
So I find that commendable.
Es-
And
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, like especially after the Blumhouse ones came out,
Yeah.
and they promoted it. They said, okay, we're completely ignoring the sequels, and they're not related, and they made it seem like they were doing something new. And then Michael Myers is just cookie cutter Michael Myers in that movie. They didn't do anything original. So then you go back and you appreciate Rob Zombie for having the balls to actually make it his own thing.
Yeah. No, I agree with
hate
that.
the new Halloween movie.
I only like we.
I
EJ
like-
and I are on a very, very small ship.
It's a little island.
Yeah, it's a tiny
And
island
It's
occupied.
Halloween ends, and we're like,
The
You like that?
yeah. Up until like the
I threw my remote control when they played "Don't Fear the Reaper" at the end. I threw my
Okay.
remote control. Up
That's
against the
that's
wall.
where I'll concede. The movie
Yeah.
falls apart during the third act.
No, it falls apart when the opening scene in the mansion when the kid. I don't even remember.
Oh, I think we just triggered Bob.
I hated that. Why is he in a cave?
yeah, that's where Michael dwells, man.
I fucking hate that.
He's raising 4 baby turtles.
I've only seen it once.
Yeah.
It was just Christine. It was John Carpenter's
Oh,
Christine.
100%.
100. We talked
Yeah.
about that in our episode.
Instead of Artie Cunningham,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Corey Cunningham. Yeah.
It's it's the only one though.
No, I'll listen to you though, because I don't remember enough about it. I just know that I despised it.
The favorable ones in the trilogy are the first two. Everyone's like, oh, I like the first two, and then I hate Halloween Ends. But like the first two are like
Of all three of them,
objectively-
I would pick Halloween Ends.
Yeah, Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills is objectively bad.
I never even watched all of that. That was, yeah. I think I shut that one off.
Yeah, it's not very good. But like
I
Halloween Ends, I mean, it goes back into that conversation that Loomis is having with the gravedigger in the original Halloween, when they're like basically
Why did they
talking
do
about
it? Goddamn kids.
that part. No, the Charlie Bowles conversation when he's like talking about, he's like, oh, he got himself a hacksaw. And he
Oh, yeah.
So like he's basically talking about how like evil touches people and then moves on.
Dr.
and
Loomis
changes
shape.
him. I know.
Like
he's
I'm
like,
doing right now.
Where are they? I don't want to hear your life
Where are
story. Where are we? I don't have time
I
for
got a
this
busy night of wandering around Haddonfield.
shit. Drinking.
Looking for this patient.
But yeah, I that's what I liked about Halloween Ends. I like the fact that it's more about like the idea of what evil is. Evil kind of touches people and then moves on, takes shape into something else.
That's
And
fucking stupid.
it doesn't work. It doesn't work within like your Michael Myers franchise. I can see that why that like rubs people the wrong way. But just as a person who's like, all right, so where are we at? 12, 13 of these fucking movies where it's just the same thing over and over again.
I hope they
Yeah.
make more.
I know.
I know.
I'm waiting for that TV show we pitched.
Oh yeah, let's go. Well, they're making a TV show. I
I know.
Guess.
How embarrassing.
I don't know. I don't know if it's supposed to be like Dr. Loomis.
Pick him up.
Prime.
The young Dr. Loomis Chronicles.
Yeah, that's
got,
what I'm
like,
like. I don't know what it's
long
supposed
hair.
to be. Like, what is it? I have no idea.
It's him having like love triangles.
Anime.
Yeah, and he's like patient number 1, Michael Myers. Patient number 2, this guy, and then it goes into that guy.
Stupid.
Probably.
That's dumb.
That's my guess. I have no idea. I don't know what they're doing with it, but
Is it a Dr. Loomis show?
well, no. There's been talk that it is like that's like I guess like theories and like
Loomis.
producer
Like
some
Murder,
producer
She
said
Wrote?
something like, oh, it's gonna focus on Dr. Loomis or something.
Loomis, she wrote.
So yeah, it's like Dr. Loomis she wrote and
Loomis Files.
yeah, evil.
If they did it when Donald Pleasance was alive, that would be cool or
Yeah.
interesting. But
Yeah, because who do you get to play
Nobody.
him? Right, like he's untouchable.
I
He's such
think
a-
there's been a like you can get away with not having him in your movie once, like with H2O, like it works because it's more about the
probably
relationship
be
between
one of the
Michael
kids
and
from
Laurie.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, But, like David Harbour.
yeah, oh
be
yeah.
him.
Just give him a bald cap.
No, I think like Dr. Loomis not being in H2O
Corey
is just
Feldman.
fine because it's not about like their relationship, but everything after that, it's just you really feel that absence of Dr. Loomis or
Yeah.
Donald Pleasance specifically.
And one of the worst parts of Halloween 2018 is when that new doctor shows up and she's like, "You're like the new Dr. Loomis, right?" And then he has that weird heel turn and halfway through, and he kills. Well, he shoots the cop and wounds him, and then Michael just ends up killing that doctor. I hated all of that.
the
I
most
forgot how bad
contrived.
that movie is. I'm having flashbacks now.
I was like, why? What's this heel turn? He's like a doctor for like 40 years, and he's like, yeah, you know what? Tonight's the night.
I wanted to see evil out in the wild.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Let's see what this guy does.
And it's funny because that movie came out and everyone was like, dude, you're not going to fucking be able to handle it. It's so good. And I just watched it and I'm like, oh, I saw that with you.
Yeah.
And then afterwards we walked out and we both had that same
Somber,
look, like kind of like,
sad look on our
did I
face.
not like that?
I
We
remember
talked
I was
about it.
giving it a chance up until like the kid who was dressed as a devil got killed. Just the
Oh, yeah.
modern MySpace acting. I don't know. Yeah, it had MySpace vibes, even though it was 2018.
Well, that's a good point. Like that scene, it's like you have a really cool setup where you have like the motion lights, and so you see Michael Myers, the lights go off, he gets a little closer, and the fucking kid won't shut up during
Yeah.
it. So
That's what
all the
pissed me off.
suspense is just
Modern.
dissipates.
Yeah.
This is how kids are today. No, it's not.
Hey, Mrs. Elrod, do you know what it's like to chase somebody? And I'm like, fucking shut up. Shut up. I like that actor,
like-
though.
I don't know who it is.
The actor that gets stuck on the fence?
Yeah.
Really?
He looks like the one friend in Idle Hands.
Oh, yeah,
100%.
I love Idle Hands.
Yeah, that movie rocks.
Yeah, the one that gets his
Anton
head
Tobias.
cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should probably talk about this movie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's get into the movie.
We're like talking about Idle Hands.
I was trying to avoid it as long as I could.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So, EJ, are you tired today?
Yeah, I'm a little tired. No, I did write this out, and I was a little tired while writing it because I worked and then stayed up and wrote it and then went to bed. But
Your dedication is not appreciated.
I know. I
just want you to know that.
It's something I see.
I feel like you could do more.
Thanks, man. But this is a movie that Bobby picked, and tell us, why did you pick this movie?
Why'd you do this to us?
Okay, so I first saw it when Blockbuster Video in Dixon City was going out of business, and I went there, and my mom said I can get 3 movies, and I got Slaughterhouse from 1987, I believe, which if you haven't, that was what I was originally going to pick, but I did a podcast called Drunk on VHS like 15 years ago, and we talked about Slaughterhouse, and I didn't want to do 2 podcasts about that. So anyway, I got Slaughterhouse, Cujo, and Sleepstalker, and I was like, ooh, he kind of looks like a vanilla Freddy Krueger.
Right.
So I bought it, and it's the first VHS tape that I tried to peel the Blockbuster sticker off of. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
It's sticky and disgusting.
It's a
Yeah.
bad move.
Yeah.
But when Rory asked me to pick a movie, that just popped into my head, and I was like, they probably never saw it. I kind of want to rewatch it. And I remember it being really bad.
You remembered correctly.
The CGI.
Oh my god.
There's some stuff in here that I'm like, that's pretty cool. But yeah, that was not a great movie.
Oh really? What stuck out?
Oh, we'll talk about it.
Oh, okay. All right.
talk
We'll
about
talk
it.
about it. Yeah. Yeah.
I do want to throw something out there. I went on IMDb just to kind of bring something to the table here. And I checked the trivia section, and it says,
no.
Yeah, there's trivia here. It says, be the first to add trivia for this title.
No one added
Nothing.
anything to this movie.
There's nothing to add.
Not even like the creators were like, "Oh, here's some behind the scenes
You
stuff."
can
I
make
should
up
put."
anything, and that's how little people think of this movie.
Were there any goofs?
Yeah. Yeah. Film errors.
The longest running goof. It's an hour and 40-minute goof. It's the movie.
Speaking of
Yeah.
IMDb, I was looking through the filmographies of all the actors and the director, and young Griffin from the child at the beginning of the movie, was on a failed pilot of R.L. Stein's Fear Street. It was called Ghosts of Fear Street. I didn't know it existed, but it's on YouTube, and it has the funniest opening credits I've ever seen. It's dancing
I
skeletons.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I still haven't. I want to sit down and watch that, because the Fear Street that Netflix did was horrible.
Yeah.
So I wanna-
I
it's-
think I
it
only like
seems-
the summer camp one, but not even that much.
Is that the one with Sadie Kitchen Sink in it?
Yes.
Okay.
It looks the 1998 one looks more like a Goosebumps episode though, so
Right.
I am interested in seeing it.
I like the only thing I remember about the Goosebumps show that I really liked was the opening
Clock of
credits.
Doom.
No, just that music.
Yep.
I like there's a part where like a dog barks.
Yep, that's
The dog sings. The dog sings a part
I
of
think
it.
about that dog at least every other day.
Bob, I'm with you. I'm not kidding. Sometimes I'll just look back and I'm just like, it just makes me laugh every time.
And I think when that show first came out, the dog didn't bark originally, but they added it in like after the second season.
That was the smartest choice they ever made.
No.
Because I remember I used to watch it after, I think it was after school on Fox, and just one day the dog started barking.
Do you think like they got their market research back and they're like, we don't have a lot of dog viewers.
Nah, yeah.
We need to bring in the dog demographic.
A lot of people want to know what's up with this dog. So let's give it a little story and give it a couple barks.
Bob, when you start bringing in guests again, try to get the dog from Goosebumps.
Did you see my post?
No.
On the horror, I made a whole post today about. I said use your imagination and imagine a horror convention, but it's all animals from horror movies.
Oh, that's like my dream.
It would be so
man.
cool.
There's a lot of time on this show spent with me just like pointing out all the animals in it and the animal actors, the animals doing great acting.
Did
So
you know
I'm
the
all about
dog
that.
from Gremlins is the dog from Pumpkinhead?
Really?
Yeah, his acting name is Mushroom, but he's Barney in Gremlins, and I forget. And what is his name in Pumpkinhead? Rigsby or something. I don't know.
Dog.
Gypsy.
Gypsy.
Yeah.
I think Barney the dog is maybe the best dog performance ever.
Jake from Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and The Hidden. I will
Yeah.
argue with you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I love Jake. Yeah.
I don't know though.
When
'cause
he
if
in The
you-
Hidden, have you seen The Hidden?
No.
Oh my god, that dog sits in front of 3 mirrors.
So vain. So
No,
vain.
it's the same dog from Nightmare on Elm Street 4, but it's like, I guess New Line had a dog. Because he's in all the movies.
Sign a contract, kid. We're gonna put you in the pictures.
Well, he pisses fire in Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
Yes,
This is
he
the-
does.
This is the first time I'm speaking about the Nightmare on Elm Street movies out loud. Since October, by the way. I'm healing.
You know that dog actually did pee fire on command. Did you know that?
Yeah.
That wasn't an effect or anything.
I heard.
That's actually how he got the
So did
job.
Ken Sagos.
Fuck you, Freddy.
Jason.
I don't want to look at your ugly face no more. That's my favorite.
I have
line.
his phone number. Do you want to call him?
Yeah.
Let's get him on right now.
Yeah.
Hey, you're on a podcast.
Hey, man.
Oh my
We were just
God.
talking about you.
That would be so funny.
Piss
It
and
would
fire.
be- hey, I'll let you think about it.
Yeah,
I want you to know something right
Yeah.
now, Bob. If you want to do that, we support you.
Yes. Think about it.
The funniest thing is, he doesn't have my number. He just gave me his at Monster Mania, and I never called him.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to. Well, I wasn't thinking, well, one day I'm going to prank call you on a podcast.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna throw you.
It wouldn't
into
even be a
this.
prank call. I just want to talk to him.
Yeah, be like, hey, can you tell us about you peeing fire in
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street?
We just want to hear more about this dog.
Yeah, do you have the dog's phone number? We don't really want to talk to you.
I think
gonna
Church
have to go to
from
the
Pet
Pet
Cemetery would be a cool one to meet.
Well,
right?
we're gonna get him booked.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I think. Did you put Church in that list?
Somebody did. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, as it was basically like I was asking people who they would want to meet, and a lot of people said Church from Pet Cemetery.
Oh, Nanook.
There's like 7 or 8, or not that many, but there's a lot of different cat actors for that movie, though.
Yeah. Nanook.
Nanook, yeah, that was my number one.
Yeah. Yes.
And the rubber bat from Suspiria, I also said.
Which is that's a good bad actor.
I think we should get this convention put together.
That would be
Yes.
amazing.
Just all
Cujo.
Yeah.
Get all the dogs and
Cujo.
cats signing autographs.
That would be so
Oh
cool.
my God.
But you have to use your imagination, because I don't want to get too technical and be like, well, that dog actually died in 1989.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get the bones.
Get the bone.
Get the bones. All right. Yeah. Let's talk about this movie, Sleepstalkers.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Subtitle: Sandman's Last Rites. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't.
It's in the opening credits.
I know,
It's in the
but
opening credits.
You
and,
weren't looking.
I just
Yeah,
You know,
Sleepstalker,
Tubi didn't
the Sandman's
advertise
Last
that.
Rites.
Yeah,
it
it
just-
just said Sleepstalkers.
Yeah.
And then when you're watching it, it's like the
Yeah.
Sandman's Last Rites.
I can explain it why I didn't see that.
Why?
Okay, so every time we watch one of these movies, I have at least one of my cats on the bed.
Yeah.
Right? So this movie starts. Ella walked away. Like she didn't come back. Like none of the cats watched this movie with me.
Yeah.
So I was like watching her jump off the bed. I'm like, where are you going? And she just looked at me like she was judging me. She's like, what the fuck are you watching?
Maybe she saw all the sand and it made her want to go to the litter box.
No, this was contempt.
It's
This was something else.
like, fuck this guy.
That it's gonna haunt me.
Also, before I forget, Sleepstalker may be the first and only horror movie where getting naked and going into the shower saves your life,
Yeah.
as opposed to
That's
like,
true.
That's
I
true.
thought of that when I was rewatching it. I was like, oh, that's kind of clever. I don't know.
Yeah.
They probably didn't even realize what they were doing.
No, that's like a fortunate accident. Like, oh, that's serendipitous.
Can't get them wet.
Yeah.
It was weird because that actually would have been a really good way to show that water affected him because they show him like stick his hand in the sink. He's like, oh no. But like it would have been better if they like tried to do a thing where he was like going over to kill her in the shower and that's how you found out.
Yeah.
Right.
But they went with the old stick your hand under the
He
sink.
tried to wash his hands.
Yeah. And he was like, oh, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was a missed opportunity.
It was. Yeah.
It's
it
almost
totally
like
was.
that shower scene was entirely pointless.
Do you
Because
think
it
so?
was. It didn't do anything, and it was.
Is that the first time you see that the water affects them? I feel like they mention it before that, though. I
There's
don't
so
remember.
many ways they could have.
I
done
just
that.
watched it yesterday, too, and I don't remember.
I think that's the only time that water is seen affecting him.
Okay.
The only other
should've
time
gotten
is
water
when they
guns.
smash that jar of water and he just backs away from it like,
Yeah.
like a cat or something. He's like, whoa! But then
That
that's
would have
about
been
it.
a funny thing if a bunch of cats kept like peeing on him and stuff.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been like a nice little gag?
Or like that's how they took him out. Like they just
Cats just keep peeing on him. And he's like
pissed on
clumping,
him.
he's like clumping together.
He's like, no!
What an embarrassing way to go.
This sucks. But yeah, this movie starts off with this guy. He's walking through the desert and aimlessly walking through the desert.
It's a great visual for what the director was experiencing while making this movie.
Yeah,
Just wandering through the
Tory
desert.
Myers.
No idea where to go.
and like I was like, oh, is this like the dream world? There's like something going on here, and he could like jump into people's dreams. They never come back to that. He's just like walking in a desert. There's no like, oh yeah, he can come into your dreams. This is like the dream world. It's just like I'm walking through a desert.
Yep. That's the whole thing. Never comes back.
Well, he was alive
Yeah.
at that point. In
He
the
was.
thing. He was just a serial killer.
Yeah, and I was expecting like something
Anything?
to come. Yeah, I was like, oh, is that
How is
laying
he
out?
even a sleep stalker? They're all awake.
I know. So
Right out of the gate, this is
there's a
not
lot
working.
of questions that rose in this movie.
I never even thought of that. He comes out at night, though. All right, but
Yeah.
continue. I'm sorry.
But no, and then we cut into this family, and it's Griffin, who flies through his prayers before bed. He's like, "Oh my God, blah, 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 blah."
Yeah, I'm so glad you mentioned that. And the mother was in the 90s Brady Bunch. Like, apparently there was a 90s Brady Bunch, and the father is in all three Back to the Futures.
Oh no way, he was the older brother.
Yep.
I just realized. I was like, oh, this guy looks familiar. And once you said Back to the Future, I'm like, oh yeah,
Yep.
that's Marty's brother. Oh
That
my
must have
God.
been a real surreal thing for him. He's like, I was working with Robert Zemeckis. Now I'm doing Sleepstalker.
Oh yeah.
You know, maybe I should have been nicer to people on set.
Oh no.
This is where you go.
I'm the dad in Sleepstalker.
Oh my God.
Uncredited. God. So eventually, the Griffin falls asleep, and then he wakes up and he hears his parents kind of struggling.
Oh wait a
getting
minute.
attacked.
Can I just talk about something real quick before
Yeah.
we get there?
Yeah.
I love how the kid has a line and he's like, my teacher asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. And you know what I told him? A grown up.
Oh.
And it shows like the dad and he's just kind of rubbing his neck. He's like, yeah, it's awesome.
I'm trying
saddled.
to fuck your mom right now.
I'm saddled with crippling debt. Your mom and I don't make eye contact anymore. I know for a fact I'm part of the cutbacks my boss is talking about. But yeah, being an adult's awesome.
Being an adult, sure, kid, sure. There's not other families that were brutally murdered near us, but yeah.
We're
how were
very
they not-
unaware.
How did they not know?
It's like, oh, okay.
Well, the dad's not doing so hot career wise, so they can't afford a TV.
Right. It's like, okay. But yeah, he wakes up and he hears his parents getting attacked, and he walks in on this guy pouring sand into his mom's eyes. And so
A CPR dummy.
it looks
they
so
painted.
bad. It looks so bad.
I like also like they do a thing where you go outside the room and you hear like all this terrible Foley.
Oh, the Foley in this movie
It's like
is
really
so...
embarrassing.
Later in the movie, I talk about it. There's like running, and it sounds like 18 people running, and it's just Griffin and Megan, like just the two of them, and it sounds like.
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
Griffin
what?
is he's the boy who could fly, and he was Bug in Uncle Buck.
Yeah,
And did you ever see Not Quite Human?
no,
The movie. There's 3 of them, and he plays like a kid robot. They're
Oh,
really
cool.
good. It was on Disney's Triple Feature Friday in the 90s.
Yeah.
It's Not Quite Human, Not Quite Human 2, and then Still Not Quite Human, but Griffin is the kid in those. And it's like one of those famous dads from some show is in it too.
that's crazy. I recognize adult Griffin from Uncle Buck,
Yeah.
and then the Roger Corman failed Fantastic Four movie.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I never saw that.
Yeah, he played Johnny Storm in that.
That wasn't like a failed thing, wasn't it? They made that to retain the rights.
Yeah, they made it to retain the rights.
Yeah. Oh,
and
It's probably so good.
It's
so
awesome.
good.
It's
Yeah.
the best Fantastic Four movie they've made.
I think it might be.
might
I don't
be.
know.
I need to watch that.
But yeah, so he sees like this guy, and he runs from the room, and he runs downstairs, and he's trying to unlock the door, and he has to jump like 6 or 7 times to unlock that one
It's
lock.
really high up. The
Yeah.
lock. It's like 20 feet off.
I feel
Are
like
we supposed to be scared when that's happening too? 'Cause
right.
It's
I,
just
is
annoying.
that, like, yeah. I was like, any other kid would be like, oh, I should just grab the table and like move it over and then like throw it, right?
Go out the back door.
yeah, or go out like a window or something.
It's
yeah.
also a problem with the actor that's supposed to be presenting danger. Because, like, a lot of times in these movies, like, the killer has, like, an expression on their face, like, menace, like, you're in danger. This guy went with, I'm sleepy. I'm just like, oh, are you going to hurt him? Or...
Yeah. Dad, you okay over there? But yeah, he runs down, he finally gets the door open, and the cops are just randomly already there.
Okay, this is when I was like, what the fuck is happening? Number one, it's a shame that cop wasn't played by Tom Atkins.
Yeah, I think they
Oh,
wanted him.
Yeah, it looks like that was made for him, and he said no. And Tom Atkins, good on you. But this is the point where I feel like a page worth of a shot list was lost or something, and they just didn't film all the necessary footage to convey what the fuck was happening.
Dude.
Because like the door opens and then the movie's just like all over the place. There's no sense
crazy.
of direction.
No.
Someone peed on it.
It's just so like, yeah. They like the cops show up and he jumps out the window and it looks
with the CGI window, the curtain.
yeah.
They couldn't use a real curtain.
Right, and he goes out the window, and then it looks like really random, like he's in the desert, but he's not. He's in
You
front
have
of this
no
house.
idea where he is, like what the spatial relations are.
All you see is like lower angles and him just like moving all around. And then eventually the cop's like, "Stop right there, we'll shoot." And he's like, "All right, whatever." And he gets shot.
That was his line.
All right, whatever. And so he gets shot, and then they arrest him. And it's like, my question was like, as I was watching this, right? I'm like, how do they know like he was going to be in this house? But they do explain it later.
Eventually,
Yeah.
They eventually get there.
I was like, how did they know? And I like that the detective, he he's like, God damn it, this is the 7th family that was attacked
On this block.
and he gives out this huge exposition of like this murderer going around murdering families and stuff. And he's like, I should have got here sooner. And then at one point he promises Griffin, he's like, you're safe from the Sandman. He'll no longer, hurt
While
you
Griffin's
anymore.
sitting on the floor.
Right. As they wheel out his dead parents.
They didn't even give him a chair.
Sit down. Oh, can I
middle
get
of
a
the
chair?
living
No. Just sit on the floor. We're good with that. And then we get a time jump to 17 years later.
And it's the central perk from Friends.
Yeah, basically.
And it's definitely filmed in the mid 90s.
Oh, 100%. He's
Those hats.
Yeah.
adult Griffin looks like Chandler now. So
He looks like Chandler
Friends.
now.
Chandler
Oh,
now.
no.
Oh no! But no, Griffin is now a freelance writer and has this huge expo dump about him from his friend Megan. She's like, "Oh yeah, he's a writer now, and he's about to do a whole piece on."
Yeah, there's a lot of exposition firing around in this scene.
She's like, "Why don't you date him?" "Oh no, we're just
just
friends,
friends.
and I shoot photos for him whenever he does his articles."
Well, that's really interesting because I just moved here from the city.
He looks up. I can hear you.
Guys are like a foot away.
they're like a foot away.
What an odd thing to say.
And and then Griffin
Was that a Simpsons?
Yes.
Thank you. What an odd thing to say.
and Griffin gets news about his gangbanger piece. That as what he calls it, and he wants his friend to take pictures, and then that's when cool guy Kenny shows up, his roommate, and Kenny's like jacked, and I want to bring that up because he looks like he's like super muscular in this scene, and then like later on he loses all that muscle weight.
He dies skinny.
And I'm like, well, what happened to Kenny, man? Like, he was like roiding, and then he just stopped halfway through the shoot.
Hey,
like-
real quick thing. Did you know the cinematographer was known for doing soap commercials?
Oh, really?
See, that was a lie, but you could totally believe that.
Oh, yeah. It looks like a commercial.
Yeah, like I love all the windows are like blown out. It's like the worst looking scene ever.
And Kenny, he's like, do we have any Sunny D in here?
And then he turns and looks at the camera.
We got the purple stuff, the white stuff. It's like, what? Kenny, stop that.
No, there's just sand. We have sand, and you're gonna like it.
Sunny sand.
That's all we got, buddy.
What am I supposed to do with this?
What is this? But we also hear, Kenny's like, yeah, the Sandman is going to meet his end soon. He's on death row. And then we cut to the Sandman in jail, and this priest comes by to give the last rites to the Sandman. But it's actually not a priest. It's this guy that we saw before outside of Griffin's house 17 years before. And he is basically trying to give him this cross that he could use to sacrifice himself. or
It
whatever.
does something.
Yeah. We're not
That's
sure.
what I gathered.
And then we meet like these two guards who
Hey, let's
discuss.
talk about the guards for 1 second.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
wrote down some of my favorite dialogue ever written. The cop
I
says,
know what you're gonna say.
"Screw you, you freaking freak."
Yep.
And then my note
right.
says, "Up your ass, Aaron Sorkin."
Yeah. Up your ass, Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah, because
This guy knows how to do it.
That's some solid. It's "Screw you, you freaking freak."
Saying it through the door.
Screw you, you freaking freak. That cop at Pearson is kind of a legend, I think.
He's the best
He's
part.
probably one of the best parts of the movie.
No, the one detective is my favorite. Garcia. I think.
Garcia, yeah. Oh, he's outstanding. The one later on that talks about the infested building.
Yeah. Hey, I had a question about that, Bob.
God.
Maybe you can answer this. Was the building currently being fumigated?
I don't know.
They're just like conducting police business. And there's like these deadly toxins.
That's what they're saying. It was being
It's like,
fumigated.
yeah, you gotta. If I gotta breathe it in, you gotta breathe it in too. Like, what's happening?
I was like, why is this in the movie?
I
Is that
wonder-
a script?
I
Like-
wonder if that was actually happening and they just added it into the dialogue.
4 crew members die from
and say, like, I just imagine like 4 cockroaches falling onto the desk. They're like, okay, the way we can explain it is if we're actually like, let's just add it to the story. Yeah. But yeah, so the priest tells Sandman that he needs to kill Griffin. Then the Sandman is given a cross, and the guards take him for a walk outside where he cuts his hand and puts it into like the sand.
Well,
and
the cross turns into a dagger.
Yeah, it turns into a dagger where he cuts his hand.
I thought that part looked cool.
No, I thought that like CG there was really
And when
good.
the knife turns into the sand, I thought that looked pretty cool.
That's some
Yeah.
of the stuff I was referring to earlier. Like, I think some of the effects work in here, and again, just they probably had a very, very, very limited budget. I think some of it looks
big
cool.
computer, one little
Yeah,
computer.
some of it looks pretty rad.
Yeah.
I did like. This made me laugh. He just starts laughing uncontrollably, and then the cops are like, "Oh, what's going on over there?"
Yeah,
and then they
that's
just start beating him up for no reason.
Right, to like cut the shit, man.
It's like laughing, not on my watch.
Not on my watch. Well, Pearson brings that up later. But yeah, so then we come to Kenny and Dana, and they're hanging out with Griffin and Megan. And Dana keeps
It's really-
going on.
When Dana starts talking, all the characters have this look on their face like they're all wondering who's going to ask Dana to leave.
Yeah. She's like talking about supernatural stuff, right? And then she's like that Sandman character. Remember he went around killing all the families? And I love how awkward everyone gets. And Griffin's like, no. We don't have to talk about it. We don't have to bring it up.
And then Megan goes, "I should have told you." No, you should not have.
I know, like why
Dramatic.
is that?
like, why would you bring that up? Like,
Oh, yeah, I'm so glad you moved here from wherever. By the way, see Griffin? His parents got murdered by the Sandman.
Here's the skinny on everybody that works here in Central Perk.
just like Friends. So Griffin asks Megan to join him.
Oh,
to
wait,
come-
he goes off and he starts telling them his whole life story.
yeah.
And then they make fun of him.
That's when I was like, hey, I should message Bob and say thank you for having me watch this. 'Cause that's a really funny way to resolve that scene.
Yeah, she's like,
so ridiculous.
That was his best friend. That was weird.
That was weird.
I think I want to just go home.
Hey, by the way, Dana looks like every mother's single friend.
Yes. Yeah, she looks like the one sister on the Righteous Gemstones. I like so much, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Is
good
that
reference.
her?" Like that, it might be. But Griffin asks
She's
Megan.
sort of just like, I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
get back to Dana.
We'll get back to Dana. So Griffin asks Megan to join him to come take pictures because they're going to meet up with this guy.
Say the guy's
the
name.
source, yeah, Sanchez and
Dog Sanchez.
Dog Sanchez. And
I have a lot to say about this guy.
it's like, I have this article I'm working on. I want you to take some pictures. And Megan's like, yeah, I'm in.
Well,
right?
after he screams at her about
Oh,
it.
right, yeah.
He's like, what, do you want to take fucking pictures of tulips, idiot?
He's like
Yeah,
halfway down the steps. I don't need pictures.
I don't need your pictures.
You're going to be a fucking failure and you're going to have to live with it. I'm like, whoa.
Griffin, like, chill, man.
It's like, it's awful.
Don't you have, like, a backup?
And then she's just looking at him like, that's my guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's so endearing. So meanwhile, the Sandman is facing his execution, and we see that like he has like the return in sand form. Outside, we see like his hands kind of forming in the sand. It's very much like Spider-Man 3.
I was going to say, Sam Raimi was probably sitting in the theater and was like, I got to go. I gotta go write a script.
I have
No,
notes.
it's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, it is. It's cool, and you can tell that the producers wanted to use Metallica's Enter
God damn
Sandman
it.
so
Yes!
bad.
Yes,
EJ,
I have a note. I have a note on my phone that says they used scumbag Enter Sandman. Here, I'll show you.
Yeah.
I also have an Inner Sandman thing in my notes.
The scumbag version of Enter Sandman. Like, you know, when they were filming, like they had that song in mind.
Oh,
And even
100%.
it, like kind of It kind of rips it off. Well, it does rip it off.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
But they were so bummed when they didn't get the rights.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you all picked up on that.
I really, really wish that in the credits it's just a scumbag version of Enter Sandman.
That's like the beginning of John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness. It's like, you know that he was like, I'm making my own Enter Sandman.
Yeah.
Give me the fucking guitar.
But yeah, it's so funny.
It's like it's Metallica with an H at the end.
Metallica. Yeah. Oh my god. Could you imagine? They probably were like, "Oh, we have the money to buy the rights for that song, but we just have to get the band to agree."
Griffin's goatee.
We just got to get this band to agree to it, and they call up Lars. He's like, no, no, man, no. But as we move forward, we see that Griffin and Megan kind of fall asleep while waiting for their source.
So there's a thing that happens in this movie. You know, I hate it. It's in Los Angeles,
right?
And there's no one on the fucking streets.
Right.
It's like they're driving through like a studio lot, right?
Yeah.
But there's no cars. There's no nothing.
They just park at like this empty lot and fall asleep. They're
And
like,
it's
oh,
like
we'll
it's
just
supposed
wait
to
for
be
him
like
here.
the really bad part of the neighborhood too.
They just
Right.
take a nap.
Yeah, they're like, we'll be
I thought
safe.
you were scared, Megan.
Should I lock the doors? Nah, don't worry about it.
And then he leaves her in the car.
Yeah, he leaves her in the car. He wakes up.
After he shouts at her and starts making fun of her future,
Yeah.
he leaves her to fall asleep.
He
in the
doesn't.
car.
He doesn't act up until he puts his hat on, though. I think it was the hat.
The hat
Yeah.
is.
He's really nice until he puts the hat on.
It's like trigger. So then we meet Sanchez, and Sanchez, Dog Sanchez, who invites Griffin and Megan inside to tell his story. Meanwhile, the Sandman goes to Griffin's apartment and finds Kenny asleep. And Kenny wakes up and follows this trail of sand that leads to the Sandman, who just like throws Kenny off the ledge of the building.
Well, he
to
gives
his
him like a
death.
little lullaby.
Oh, he does. Yeah. And and the Sandman has like a Leonard Cohen approach to songs. It's just, it's like, hush, little baby, don't say a word. And I'm like, that's very Leonard Cohen.
Yeah.
And is it?
That'd be funny if the guy's just like, all right, just fucking throw me off the building. I don't want to listen to this
I'm
anymore.
good, man. Just throw me off already.
Please, no more.
So he gets thrown to his death.
Like 2 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no sound either. You don't.
Yeah,
Even...
there's no like crash. The Foley work in this movie is just out
atrocious.
Of control. Yeah. So the next day, we see in their parked car.
That'd be funny if he like threw him down. And it was like 2 feet. And he's like, "Oh, I'm okay." He just kind of gets up and leaves. Same as like,
If this,
shit.
I don't know if this matters, but he does say, "I'm looking for Griffin," so that's why he's there.
Right.
But I think that's self-explanatory.
Yeah. And so we see like the next day, Griffin and Megan, they're in their parked car, listen to their interview, and they're like real pumped. They're like, we got some really good stuff.
You
And she's
guys
like,
after this.
yeah. And she's like, you know what? I think I got some really good pictures. I got like great lighting. And then they like share a kiss.
I just
Yeah.
wish that we got more of that gang interview. Like,
I wish they showed the whole thing.
Yeah, they just showed the whole damn thing.
And all the coke and weed.
Yeah,
They were there
I
all
wanted
night.
that. They're like executing some rival gang member or
Right.
something. I'm like, yeah, light this movie up.
Yeah,
but
man.
they have them go and do something that's really important to the plot. They don't show it, and then they come back and they show you the tail end of the interview.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
like,
like,
what
we
was
got-
the fucking point of this?
They got good stuff, man.
They apparently did.
And I love that they walk to the apartment and see a whole crime scene, and they're literally parked like 2 feet away. Like they didn't notice it beforehand. They're like, oh, and they share like a kiss as they walk towards the apartment. And he's like, whoa, what's going on here? And I'm like, they were parked there for like an hour listening to their interview.
And they were there before the paramedics.
Totally ignoring like all the paramedics and police and all like the
That'd
rubber
be really
necking.
funny if like while they were listening to it, you just saw like police cars going by and like an ambulance.
Yeah. Oh my god, there's a guy dead over there.
Oh my god.
And they're just like,
Do you think Dog Sanchez did it? No, he was with us.
he was with us.
Can you answer a question for me, Bob? So was Kenny and Megan dating?
It seemed like there was some chemistry.
There was something going on there.
But yeah, so the way that they're acting, they're flirtatious for sure, and then she has the picture,
photo,
photo on the refrigerator.
She
But
looks at
that's
it-
not her house though, because she says, I don't think we should stay here. We should go to my place." So that means Griffin had the picture of him on the refrigerator.
She like looks at it with like a longing. So I was like wondering if they were together.
Yeah.
And
They are flirty. The scene where he has the knife and he's doing that stupid shit
fucking
from
thing with
Aliens.
aliens.
Yeah.
All I wanted to do is just be like, "Hey, Griffin, she's single."
She's single, man.
Yeah, because her boyfriend is now dead. I wasn't sure what their relationship was.
He kisses her before they find out he's dead, though.
Yeah. They kiss outside the car.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, right before.
So like in a better constructed script, maybe it would have happened after they find out.
And I think
to make them like a little more likable as people.
Yeah, I think Griffin even says after they kiss, he's like, "I always knew."
Yeah, something
like that, right?
It was
He
always
says something
you.
real cocky.
Something.
He's got the hat back on.
Yeah, he does.
But he was probably so mean to her when he was getting interviewed. He probably tried to act so cool around the gangbangers.
As he called them. But
It's a very sensitive portrayal.
yeah,
This is your first gangbanger episode. We got
Weirdly enough-
gangbanger Bobby Keller.
Weirdly enough, we had Gangbanger Week.
yeah, we did. So Griffin finds out Kenny got sand in his eyes when he died,
Oh my god.
and he's really distraught over
He
it.
does not like what Megan's saying. She's like, "We
Yeah.
live in the desert."
Yeah,
But there's sand in his eyes.
there's sand in his eyes.
Real quick side thing. So
Yeah.
I have this glass of water next to my computer, and the
Oh, no.
water is slowly inching towards the computer, so I'm about to have like a final destination.
Oh
down.
my god.
On Gangbanger Week.
Here, do you want to?
Oh, thanks. I was like slowly watching it, and I'm like, "You're not gonna get me
That's
deaf."
not good.
And while I'm standing up, I'm going to hit my vape.
Gangbanger Sanchez.
Gangbanger Sanchez.
He's like, "Hey, you want to interview me for the article?" He's like, "Yeah, man, definitely."
My story.
And then he walks in, and it's like a porn set, and he's like, "Oh,
Ow,
oh,
ow,
no.
ow, ow.
Oh no, not this one." But yeah, no, I love that Griffin finds out about Kenny having sand in his eyes. He's like really distraught. He's like, "It's the Sandman. He's coming back." And Megan's like, "No, I think he just drank a lot and fell to his death. It's our fault, right? Like, because we should have been watching him like closer or whatever."
Now let's get back to kissing.
Yeah.
What's her next line?
And then I love that, like, as soon as she says that, right? Griffin's like, "I'm out of here." And then he goes to see, what do you call it? Dog Sanchez to get protection.
Wait, did you just get past Ken Foree?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, Ken Foree gives him the 411 about the sand in his eyes and stuff and finds out, like,
Did you say
they're
that?
roommates. No.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like, what's happening to me?
No.
I thought it was
But
like having
Ken
like
Foree
mental
is
problems.
in this movie, which is awesome. But I feel like he's just wasted in this movie.
Oh,
His pants come off.
you could tell he was just like phoning it in.
Yeah.
he doesn't
Yeah.
have that usual like Ken Foree. Fight.
Yeah.
Even like in like Death Spa, he's like considerably better than.
Oh
he
my
is
god!
in this.
In this, yeah, Death Spa, he has like his own secret handshakes with
Yeah,
the
man.
owner and stuff.
Who can
this
forget?
He's just so tired in this
This one, he's just, I'm here, man. I'm just here. But yeah, Griffin goes to that gang member to get some protection.
The gun from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
A giant gun. He's like, "We got to get a gat," and he lets him practice. And at first, Griffin's like, "Oh, what about the police?" He's like, "Oh, the police know better not to come around here, so it's okay to shoot that bottle." And Griffin just starts shooting, and it like misses. He's like, "Oh, I'm fucked," right? And
He's like, "I'm screwed."
and then Griffin goes and he tries to give this gun to Megan, and she refuses. But he's like, "I'll just leave it here with you," right?
But you forgot when Dog Sancho says, you'll be okay. You just got to get real close and smoke her.
Get real close. Yeah.
Get real close.
Like the gun is about
The
10
Sandman's
feet.
gonna let you do that.
That's like the benefit of a gun is that you don't have to be right up.
Get real close.
Doug Sanchez, he just gets real
Might as
close.
well just piss on him then.
Yeah.
That would be more effective.
So then we see where Griff goes to visit Detective Worth. By the way, in 17 years, he has not aged a day. This detective, he looks the same.
Good
as he
genes.
did. Yeah.
Good genes.
And he tells Worth, he was like, "You didn't keep your promise." And Worth is like, "Who are you?"
See, what I really wanted was for him to be like, because he says this, he's like, a long time ago you promised me the Sandman would never kill again, and I just want him to look at him and be like, Stan Jacobs?
Yeah, he probably promised
Max
7 other
Roberts?
kids.
Ted Williams? Sorry, I promised a lot of people that back then.
There's a
There's
lot
like
of
6
kids.
to 7 families murdered.
Yeah, man. I don't know who you are.
You're not ringing a bell.
But Worth and Griffin.
Are
then,
you the one that lived in the house with the really high lock? Right. Impossible to reach lock.
Oh, you're Lock Kid.
Oh yeah! Look, hey Bill, it's Lock Kid.
We made you sit on the floor. There's a lot of chairs
We
around.
had so many chairs. There was a beanbag. We made you sit on the fucking floor.
But
We got pictures of it. Do you want to see pictures of you looking real sad?
yeah. Jeez. Oh yeah, I remember you now.
Funny
You
response.
still want to be a grown-up?
Yeah, your dream was to be a grown up, right?
How does the detective know? He told the detective. He probably had to give a statement.
Oh
And then I told my mom I wanted to be a grown-up. The Sandman killed her.
Hey, Stevens, come here. He says that he wants to be a grown-up. He ain't getting a chair later.
You want to be a grown-up? Sit on the floor.
Grown-ups too.
crisscross applesauce right now. So Worth and Griffin visit the prison, and Worth tells him that the Sandman's MO of attacking families with 7-year-olds, and he's like, yeah, he would just go around attacking different families in the area who all had 7-year-old kids. So Worth and Griff see the Sandman's dead body, and then Pearson, the guard, who is an interesting stereotype, because he's like, yeah, he almost tried to off himself on my watch, but no one has done it in all my time here. And I'm like,
That's the one thing I'm proud of. My marriage fell apart. My kids hate me, but not one person killed themselves on my watch. I like how he's like, he tried to kill himself, and it just shows like a close-up of his palm. I'm like, is that a traditional way someone tries to kill himself?
it is.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's not. So then they get info that there was this priest who came to visit. And so we then cut to the priest, who also has a whole monologue of exposition and his
So much
purpose
exposition.
in this movie.
He's got a cool Days of Our Lives hourglass.
Yeah.
I really want that. If I could have one prop from a movie,
Yeah.
something, it would be that hourglass. It's a really... I'm not joking with
no,
you.
that's
I really
cool.
want it.
No, it is cool. I feel like this is really funny because he's like, he needs to transcend into the real like dream world, and the only way is to do this and kill Griffin, and you get all this stuff, and we're like, we're picking that up. I think, like, I don't think we need this. But all right,
Well, it's
sure.
the old film rule of tell, don't show.
Exactly, yeah.
Quoting Jon Snow from the event.
Yeah.
I was listening to that back the other day, and it made me laugh really hard.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. So Worth and Griffin, they go to this priest's apartment, and we see that the priest is really into black magic and the occult, and they also see a picture of the young Sandman. They're like, "Hey, it's him." I'm like, "How do you recognize
His lips.
yeah. It's like, how'd you get there? And then they're like, oh yeah, his mouth was like sewn shut as a kid. Then we get this pigeon lady type who shows up, and she's like, yeah, you know, the only way to find them is evil comes at night. And they're like, thank you.
Sure.
Sure, thank you so much.
I like her
Yeah.
line. She's like, God protects the crazy.
Yeah.
I thought that was... I'm not joking. That's an okay line.
Yeah. She was actually... Her acting was
she
pretty
was
good.
trying.
Yeah, she was pretty...
She was
She's
Yeah.
probably the best part of the movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Except that one cockroach that falls in front of the camera.
Oh, yeah.
That
his
might have
acting
been the
was-
best acting.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Because it really sold me on the whole, I'm on my back and I can't get up because I've been poisoned.
Yeah.
I bought it.
I bought it
saying.
too. But at Megan's apartment, she gets a visit from the Sandman. And Megan jumps into the shower and he watches and he
Can I get one of those noises from you?
And it's funny because as he's like watching her, he sees like the sink and it's filled with water. So he just is like, I'm gonna dip my fingers in there.
It's been a while since I washed these.
And that's when we notice like water affects
He was
him.
trying to wash his fingers. He's
Ew.
gross.
Yeah, he was gross.
He was gonna finger blast Megan.
Oh no!
I'm telling you though, there's a missed opportunity because this is the time. This was the time in the movie where everyone starts to interact with him anyways.
Yeah.
So it's almost like he should have tried to do like a Norman Bates kind of thing. He pulls the shower curtain open, and then the
100%.
water gets on him, and then you're like, oh, okay, so he has a weakness. But instead, he literally just awkwardly sticks his hand into the sink.
They could have had instead of Megan, it should have been the other.
Yeah, the other girl.
She should have
Dana?
she could have gotten attacked, but that he wouldn't have been able to kill her though.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. But at least if it, I don't know. Or he tried to attack Megan and it didn't work, and then he turns his efforts to Dana, maybe?
Sure.
I don't know. But yeah, there should have been like a reveal that
It's like something should have happened.
Megan could have
like an actual action in the film.
yeah. And also
It
like
did
gives,
though. He touched the sink.
Yeah.
dude, he touched the sink.
I
That's
know,
all
he's
the,
just like,
we know. We know his weakness.
And again, Sam Raimi is scribbling notes.
He's like, oh,
feverishly. He's like,
right.
oh shit, this is
I
going
gotta
to come
write
up in
that
my
down.
Spider-Man movie.
But he goes and he decides to attack Dana instead, and he just drowns Dana in sand. And
He's fucking her too.
yeah. It was like he basically just like does like a little quicksand kind of thing to Dana. But I did think that looked cool.
It was cool.
I thought it looked
I didn't
pretty
hate
good.
it.
Yeah.
Until he exhales. Oh,
Yeah,
that
he's
was
like,
disgusting. It's like, I hate him.
yeah, he's oh my gosh. And then and the makeup for him, he kind of looks like a mixture of the one character from Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Okay.
And
I know exactly who you're talking about.
and like a little bit of like Frankenstein's monster, right? Like I could see like aspects there. But yeah, so anyways,
He also
thought he
kind of has
looked
like in Apocalypse Now when Martin Sheen is all covered with mud.
oh yeah, I can see
Pinocchio's
that.
revenge.
Pinocchio's Revenge. No, I take back my Apocalypse Now reference. We're going Pinocchio's Revenge. The prize goes to Bob.
So that's when Griffin and Worth arrive to Megan's, and they come face to face with the Sandman, and the Sandman kills Worth, and he just like drowns him in sand, or like he hardens the sand and kills him somehow, and then and we see where Griffin picks out his his gun, and he shoots him a couple times.
And then he goes, ouch.
Ouch. I did like the sand effects of like when he is shot.
Yeah.
I do
Like the squibs.
yeah, like the squibs, and it's just like
That did look
puffs of
cool.
sand. Yeah, or dirt, and so that was cool. So Griffin and Megan run and barricade themselves in this room, but the Sandman enters through the keyhole. And I like that, like, Griffin, he grabs a water cooler and he throws it. And we see, like, the Sandman, like, kind of, like, go against the wall. He's like, oh, no. Oops. No. My only weakness. And so they run away. And the Foley sounds for their running is, like, just ridiculous. In this scene in particular, when they're running, is like, I'm like, oh my
it's
God.
like very questionable.
Yeah. And then we see where Megan and Griffin get separated, and Griffin gets pulled over by this cop.
Wait, is that like when he runs
leaves
up
her.
ahead of her and
Yeah, he
abandons her?
He straight up leaves her.
I
Yeah.
thought that was so strange because he's like running with her, and then it takes him like 20 minutes to realize that she's not there.
He's like, oh.
Because he sped up. They were
Yeah.
right. There's nothing that like separates them except his own speed.
Exactly.
He's like not trying at all to help her. He's just like, I don't want to get turned. I don't want to drown in sand.
Usain bolts out of there. Oh my god. So Griffin gets pulled over by the cops, who take him in, and at the station they question him, and we get this whole great scene with Garcia, the detective.
So good.
He's another great part of this movie, and should have been like in it more.
Can I pause on one thing?
Yeah.
It was at this point in the movie when I realized that Megan owns one outfit.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? Because she
has the red shirt
she's
and jeans.
She's
Yeah.
in her clothes, and then she showers, and then she puts the same
Oh.
clothes back. And I was just like, oh, they couldn't spring for like another outfit out of the budget.
No.
Griffin's wearing a new outfit every shot.
He's got a new
His
fashionable
fur
hat, new vest.
It's like all the budget's going towards me, bitch. It's like,
That
whoa,
actor
man.
has like a
Do
lot
you know
of
who I
demands.
am? I was an Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
Wearing the same hat.
The Uncle Buck guy wants another vest.
That
They spent
buck money.
$500 on different vests.
He's like, I'm not gonna wear 400 of those vests. I just want you to buy them for me.
Well,
Buy
Megan,
me
you know, get back in your clothes.
Yeah.
Your wet clothes.
The actress
God.
who plays Megan's like, can I have one other outfit? They're like, no.
No, hell no.
We just don't have the money.
We're in
know
the
who he is.
We're in the red because of all these vests that we have to keep buying.
The Sandman's last vest.
Yeah. Griffin needs these, man. But I love that Griffin complains about, like, he can't breathe, and the Detective Garcia's like, suck it up, man. You think we can... It's like, we deal with it. You got to deal with it. And then that's when we see Detective Forey, Ken Forey, come in. And he says the Sandman, he's like, yeah, the Sandman did it. He's like, oh, all you guys, it's all bullshit. Like, it's this, it's that.
And he's
it's
like
the
reading his
Sandman.
lines off his hand.
I know.
He's like, I'm not committing this to memory.
Ken Forey's normally so good at playing
charismatic.
like, intense,
Yeah.
and,
Yep.
and like charismatic. And then in this movie, he's very,
He's like, no, not for this.
He's just
movie.
Yeah.
shoulders.
yeah,
He's like, he just,
whatever. He just shrugs a
I just
lot.
looked at his shoulders the whole time.
So we cut to Megan, and we get this like weird scene where the cops are outside the coffee shop.
It's so
And
corny.
they're like, they keep complaining the Sandman did it. The Sandman didn't do it. And she's like, the Sandman did it. And then it
was
goes
the
into like this
Sandman.
weird 90s song out of like nowhere.
Do, 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 do.
And I'm like, no, not that song. You think they could get the rights for that? They can't even get the rights for Enter Sandman. Blur. I'm and I'm pissing Adidas. But it's just like this weird, like 90s song, and you think it's gonna set up like a montage. Yeah. Because it cuts over to the prison and then it just ends. Like you're like,
The director's cut.
it's like, why was that song in there? And it was like maybe the director was like, oh, hey, I'll put your song.
I like
in
the
my movie.
song.
My
Yeah.
wife's song.
Yeah.
I want my wife's song blasted. Well, you're the director. Do it then.
But yeah, Griffin is locked up, and they put a straitjacket on him.
Oh, yeah. Why?
And it's like a holding cell. It's not like he's actually. And I'm like, what?
Forgot about
I'm like, he talked about the Sandman. Yeah, but I don't like.
Oh, he's crazy.
Doesn't like certify him. Like they didn't get like a doctor to come in and be like, yeah, this guy, we should put him in a straitjacket. They're like, no, just throw him in a straitjacket. Put him in a holding cell. That we're only holding him for like 24 hours anyways. Like what? So the next day we see the Sandman shows up and he goes to attack Griffin, right? But he realizes the sunlight hurts him. So he's like, I'll wait till tonight.
Why does the sun hurt him?
Sand.
Sand.
Is
You ever
the-
go to the beach, man?
Is that the answer?
It might have something to do with like whatever evil powers they're using. He's only allowed to go out at night or something.
Yeah.
Because the priest or whatever, he does say that he only has 3 nights to kill Griffin or something like that. So it's probably.
Oh, he did say that?
Yeah. I know.
I
Yeah,
might
you
have
didn't
had-
listen to that monologue
I
exposition.
definitely didn't zone out.
But yeah,
Tonight's the night. Oh, one more night. One more night. One more night. He should narrate.
and
Like
then
a video game.
Oh, that'd be cool. Like
hear
a
him.
noir movie. You just hear all of his thoughts.
yeah, one more night, and then that's it. We get a Sandman flashback where he's a kid, and his dad's like coming in there, and
They've got like a cool Evanescence track playing.
Wake me up! Wake me up! It's like can't
I'm
get
like,
up.
I sure wish that kid had lips so he can defend himself. He can't defend himself because his lips are so short.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, if he just had lips,
He could have kicked that guy's ass.
yeah, if he only had lips. But
And
yeah,
what is that effect? What was going on?
it was like a warping effect, and
I hated
with like
it.
the record. Yeah, it looked weird. It looked like a dream sequence, and at first I'm like, is this like supposed to be Griffin dreaming about
I
something?
think it was, yeah.
But,
'Cause
yeah.
then he wakes up. I think.
So then we get where these two detectives, Ken Forey and Garcia, are escorting Griffin, and that's when Megan shows up. She ambushes them outside of a police station. And
With the world's biggest gun.
yeah, she like pulls up in front of a police station, pulls out a gun, and she's like, "Hey, hand him over and take your pants off." And the two cops are like, "Oh, sure, right?" And they do, and I'm like, "There's no other cops at the station or like anyone that's
No,
like."
because it was being fumigated.
So like,
Like, what's going on?
maybe that's why they had him put on the straitjacket, because they were like hallucinating at this point.
Yes.
I don't know what to do with this guy.
These guys are whack.
So, like when you talk about character motivations, how did she go from like the last time you saw her to showing up with this huge gun and decided to use such extreme force on the police officers
it doesn't
for
make.
doing their job?
It was the '90s song.
I guess it was the song.
Yeah, the song hyped her up. That was like her
like,
Electra
all right.
moment. Yeah,
Starts kicking the sandbags.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good moment, by the way.
Yeah,
in that
no,
movie.
it's good. Again, Evanescence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that that Daredevil movie gets a little more negativity than it maybe deserves?
I think it does.
I
I
think so, too.
actually like that Daredevil movie. I think it's pretty
it's all
good.
right.
Yeah. So Griffin finds the priest, who tells Griffin and Megan the Sandman's backstory, and it turns out
Why would he tell them?
he's like,
Doesn't he want him to get killed?
right, yeah. Or you'd think he would be like, all right, let me get some rope. You just stay right there. I'll tie you up for the Sandman.
Hey, I love when he tells the story before he tells them. He takes the hourglass and he turns it over. He's just like, this is going to take an hour.
Yeah. I have a story for you.
It's literally 1 hour long. And if I don't get it all done in an hour, you got to figure out the rest by yourself.
So, long story short, Griffin is the younger brother of the Sandman, and it turns out that the Sandman has to cut ties to the mortal world, and it turns out like if he kills Griffin, he will become a supernatural force, I guess.
Sure.
And the reason why the Sandman was attacking all the families was Griffin was actually adopted. Those weren't his parents. He was like the actual blood-related brother to the Sandman. And they just didn't know which kid it was. And I love that Griffin's like, you guys just didn't know what kid it was. I was like, that delivery.
It's awesome.
It's so good. And I like that, Griffin is like, I'm his brother. And that's when Griffin and
Brother's
Megan...
gotta-
yeah. Griffin and Megan run off, but the Sandman catches up to them, right? And they're stuck in this room, and the Sandman like enters from like the floor, whatever.
Sure.
And that's
The
when
Secret World of Alex Mack.
yeah, he slides in.
Yeah, that GG 161 was that what it was called?
Yeah. And he slips into this room, but Doug Sanchez, shows up, and I love like Griffin and Megan like run past, and Sanchez is like, "I got this. You just got to get close." And they're like, "No, you should run. You should definitely run." Sanchez is like, "No, I got
this. It's good.
And we see the Sandman like jump into Sanchez and rip his clothes apart and then like jump out of him. But like he like took his face with him or something too.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a real useful way to kill people. Like I think that's a really cool scene, but he should have just did that to Uncle Buck.
Yeah. He could have just done that all along.
Yeah, that seems like a real quick way to solve this problem.
So then Griffin and Megan run off to the warehouse and they try to use this explosion to stop the Sandman, but they set it off and it doesn't work because they overheard. I think Worth said, "Oh yeah, if you expose sand to fire, it could turn to glass." And Worth is like, "We got to take this chance, right?" And so they try to set off this explosion. It really doesn't work. Only like the hand of the Sandman turns the glass, and that's when the Sandman conveniently breaks his hand into a shard of glass.
Yeah, he goes like Chucky at the end of the second Child's Play.
Right, yeah, he's like, and it looks like, the Liquid Terminator.
Liquid Terminator is probably a better example, yeah.
And he kills Griffin, which I was actually surprised by, because I was like, oh, I'm surprised they killed your lead character.
I was horribly distracted by this box in the background that says Elf Bicycles. Anyone else catch that?
Yeah, why was that?
I don't know.
a
But a
bicycle
lot of the
factory?
tension
Elf?
in this.
Elf.
There's a big box that just says Elf Bicycles.
I want to look up what those are.
Yeah, but it really kept taking me out of the scene because I was like watching things happen, and my eyes were just slowly.
Did you stick around for the end credits and look at the special thanks? Special thanks to Elf Bicycle.
Yeah. Thanks for funding
That's
this
us.
movie. I just picture the owner going, "Oh no."
We were doing okay. This movie came out and our sales plummeted.
He took his wife to the premiere and he's like, "Are things gonna be in this movie?"
They
And they're just
cut
watching
out the bicycle scene.
That was that breakup that happened at the event.
Oh yeah. Oh no. So we see where Megan then is getting chased around by the Sandman, and so she sets up like this trap in this one silo and sets off an explosion, and she dives into the trash, and not this movie but actual trash, and and saves the day. Like she looks in and she sees like he kind of turned into glass, maybe, I don't know, you
Sure.
see it on fire. And the movie ends with Megan spreading the ashes of Griffin.
I really wish that they just blew back at her.
It looked like they did.
Like right in her face.
It's like Big Lebowski. It's just like, but yeah, and then we see that the priest is like collecting like the ashes of the Sandman
Why?
or whatever.
What's the deal with the priest?
Why
is he so invested in this guy's killing future?
If you listen to the monologue, I think it would have helped out. I don't know. I have no idea.
Like reasoning for it?
I don't know.
There's like 40 monologues in this movie, and they couldn't just elaborate on that a little bit. I got to listen to Dana talk about how she fucking moved there from small town in Kentucky.
Right.
It's like, now I get to go on a date with that guy. I'm like, tell me what's going on in the actual
What's
movie.
happening in this movie? But yeah, that's the end of this movie. So, Rory, do you want to start us off? What did you think of this movie?
I'm gonna pass this over to Bob.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
gonna ask
Bobby,
you a
what
question.
did you
Bob,
think of this movie?
Before you answer, you've seen this movie more than once, and then you suggested we cover it.
Yep.
Explain yourself.
Because I wanted to sit here and hear both of your reactions to it. That's all it was I thought I'm like, all right, I don't want
other
to
people through this.
I don't want to pick something good. I want to pick something strange.
Yeah.
You wanted a trauma bond.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not what trauma bonding is.
I'm pretty sure it is.
No, one time I went to the Coca-Cola Museum in Atlanta, and I tried this beverage. It was called Beverly. It was like, try sodas from around the world, right? And so the Italy one, it's
called Beverly?
It's called Beverly.
Uh-huh.
So I drank it, and it was awful. And it tasted like terrible. So I was like, Carl, come here, try this drink. And he was like, okay. And he tried it. And he's like, oh, that's terrible. I'm like, I know, right? He's like, why did you have me try it? And I think that's trauma bonding.
It seemed like a movie that could have had like several shitty sequels. Like I would
100%.
love to marathon like Sleepstalker, Sleepstalker 2, Sleepstalker 3, Sleepstalker 4, Sleepstalker in space. Sleepstalker goes to Italy and tries Beverly. It just seemed like they could have made a bunch more and they just get worse and worse and worse. The director actually made Candyman 3.
Oh, really?
Horrible
Okay.
movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the first thing that popped into my mind, and I was like, it's got to be something different. Probably, I assumed that neither of you had seen it, and it's something I wanted to revisit because I remember it being bad.
I'm glad you picked it though, because like it is like when we cover movies like The Shining, for example, it's just us like this movie's great. This
Well,
movie's
I wouldn't
great.
be
Like, this
able to
great.
do that.
Yeah.
I need to go on. Like, if I'm going to do a podcast, I want to talk about something that, like, just like a bad movie.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a lot more
meant
fun.
for people to like not only watch in a group. I mean, we all watched it separately, but like just something to joke about.
Yeah,
and talk
exactly.
about.
Yeah.
It was like a lot of fun to watch it, and I was like sitting there, I'm like, man, I cannot wait for tomorrow.
And I love that. Like,
Yeah, me
we
too.
all caught the same things and had like the same notes about certain things because
Yeah.
it's I don't know. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I kind of remember seeing like the last part of it, like her blowing up the silo, and like that look, like the Sandman's look. I definitely was like, I've seen that before. Like I was probably like a kid watching it on Cinemax or HBO or something. Probably more so Cinemax.
I think
but,
Cinemax for sure.
yeah. And this isn't the worst movie we've ever covered.
No,
There's
absolutely
been
not.
like other movies that were like, oh my god, like awful to get through. But this is it was fun. I don't know. I liked it. I don't know if I would like recommend it to everybody, but I would recommend it to like yeah, I would recommend it to people who could like watch something and get a kick out of it, or like enjoy it for what it is,
Sure.
really. But
I thought you would
Yeah.
appreciate the like very, very mid 90s.
Yeah.
Like just everything about it, like the clothing and just the way it was shot.
yeah, it was funny. My girlfriend came in. She's like, "Oh, this was made in 1995 or whatever." And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I thought it was like in the 80s."
Not with those hats.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh yeah," but she like just got the tail end of it too. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it, and I think it's one of those movies that's just it's goofy enough that it bounces around. Like it's bad, but where it turns around to being fun.
Yeah.
You know, and I love those type of movies. Like I love The Room. I loved like Death Spa, the marsupials. Even though like writing it out was like but the Howling, the marsupials.
Oh my god, I
That
love the
movie-
Howling movie.
Yeah.
He was just telling me about because I said you need to watch the Howling 7.
Oh yeah, I have to watch it. But yeah, no, I love when movies do have that turnaround where
Sure.
they're like bad, but they could turn around and be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched every Howling all in one night once.
Oh my god.
Nice.
The Howling 3.
I didn't get to the I liked the remake too, Rebirth or something. It was on Netflix. Who was in it? One of those Disney hoochie mamas.
Hillary Duff.
Edit that out.
Somebody.
Don't edit that out. I forget who.
Staying in.
It's in. But how about you, Roy?
This is definitely one of those movies I wish I saw when I was like 12 or
Yeah.
13. Like one of those movies that I would catch at like really, really late at night on USA. Because it is kind of fun, right? I think I would have responded to it really well when I was a kid.
I did. I liked it
Yeah.
when I was a kid when I first saw it, but then I was like as an adult picking it to watch, I was like, "Ooh, this will be really funny."
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you were definitely correct. Your instincts were dead on. Because I was like watching it and I'm like, oh god, there's so much like stuff we can just like poke fun at, and but then at the core of it, like it kind of goes back to what we were saying with Ed Wood earlier. Like they didn't seem like they had a lot of resources to make a movie, and I think they actually kind of tried with this.
Yeah.
There's some like stuff with the effects that I'm like, that's kind of cool. Like that scene when he's becoming
the Sandman.
Yeah, he's becoming the Sandman.
Sleepstalker.
Yeah, when he becomes Sleepstalker.
Which no one was sleeping. Oh no, Dana. Dana was the only one sleeping.
Yeah.
Right? That he attacked.
I may have fallen asleep a few times too, but in the sand, there's this cool little skull thing that shows up, and it's like a Megadeth album cover type of thing.
Yeah, it looks like human clay.
No, that's in the Spider-Man 3.
That's 100% Spider-Man 3.
Right down to the little locket thing too, which is kind of funny. But no, I think if you really, really enjoy like low budget, borderline shitty horror films, because I'll use the word borderline. I don't think it has like no merit. It's just something you can sit down and watch and have fun with.
Absolutely.
Preferably watch it with a group of friends, and you too can trauma bond.
It could be your Beverly moment.
Exactly.
Yeah. Another thing we like to do is rate the movie by emojis. So let's get into those emojis.
Let's hear those bomb-ass emojis.
All right. Rory, do you want to start us off?
Well, I'm not prepared, so I'm going to make them up. Cockroach, because there's a cockroach in this movie, and he does a very good job looking like he's dying. Is there a sand emoji?
A beach.
There's a beach. Yeah, there's a beach emoji. There's a skull. I'm giving it, like, I don't think that this is emoji, but if there's like a sideways thumb type of thing going on,
I think there is. Yeah.
I'd give it that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And a guy shrugging.
Yeah.
Because there's some of the stuff in this where I'm like, I
a lot
don't
of
hate
shrugs.
it and I don't love it. It's just, well,
Yeah.
but that's all I got.
All right. How about you, Bobby?
The pancake emoji.
That is perfect.
Because he's kind of pancakes.
Yeah. If you look deeper into the trivia, it does say batter was used for the makeup for the Sandman.
Does it really?
No, it doesn't.
Effects.
Because he looks like...
Imagine the actor just sitting there getting battered right all over his face.
I could picture... Doesn't he look like pancakes?
Yeah.
I'd love to read the credits and it's just like makeup effects provided by Bisquick.
They nailed it.
Oh,
They nailed
man.
it.
What do you got?
I just have some water spurts and for his weakness, and then also an hourglass.
Pervert.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But an hourglass for the priest, because
Sure.
I don't know why he's in this, but he is.
He's there.
I think they kind of like that part of Child's Play. Like the
I was
voodoo
thinking that.
aspect,
And
they're
even
like,
Maniac Cop 3. I was thinking that.
and I'm like, I think they were like, oh, I really like this, so let's just make more of that in this, but it just didn't.
I think they were like, hey, we need a character to do exposition, but then they were
place
like,
haunted?
it is.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
There's a ghost cutting fries.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
god.
like, but yeah, no, I like this movie. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it's all right.
All right, let's get into plugs.
It's time for a plug.
All right, Bobby, you start us off. We kind of talked about it earlier, but do you want to give everyone the all the info for your upcoming event?
So it is the 11th year of NEPA Horror, formerly NEPA Horror Fest, formerly NEPA Horror Film Fest. Eventually, I'm just going to be called NEPA, or just
Whittle it down.
Yeah.
Year
Nap.
15, we're just in.
But yeah, it's the 11th 13 Short Films Horror Film Festival. It's going to be held at the Ritz Theater Saturday, October 11th. A little bit different than what we have been doing. There'll still be vendors and mainly focusing on the independent short film festival and sort of getting back on our feet after the rough year that we had last year. So
Yeah.
it should be a good time.
For the record, I know you said it was a rough year, but I had a lot of fun.
Good.
I did.
Yeah. Did you start watching and picking out some of the movies for the festival?
We have submissions, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Wait.
Sean Mooney.
Can Can you play Sean Mooney?
I would have to message. I think I have his email address.
Please.
Have you watched his more recent stuff?
No, I just assumed he was in jail.
He's got a whole. It's like Robert Mooney is the name on YouTube, but like he uploads like on his brother's page or something.
God.
It's like if you've seen one, you've seen all of them.
Yeah.
It's he just does the same thing.
I would just
You
assume
need
that
to see these.
I would just assume that his YouTube channel is now considered evidence.
It was one of the craziest, most bizarre submissions that we ever got. Because I was worried after I saw it. I'm like, is he real? I don't know. It's like a snuff film, but he's too nervous.
Go through
Like
with
it was like if you watched if it was a porno and the guy couldn't get it up, like a snuff film, but you're too afraid to murder the girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing.
It wasn't that bad, people. No, it's just really you have to see it. It's very very strange.
I was with them when they were, I forget which year it was, but they were like picking out other movies for the Horror Fest, and all of them were like really really good. And then we got to this one, and it was like hitting a wall. Where it's like, what the fuck is this?
It's like shot on a cell phone, and it's just like somebody who clearly has mental issues walking around their yard in a mask. I don't know.
And here's the real twist to this whole thing. I'm Sean Mooney.
Oh my gosh.
I know. That's why I'm wearing this shirt that says I'm Sean Mooney.
But in case like some listeners want to maybe submit a movie, where should they email or send it to?
Film Freeway. We have a Film Freeway. You can submit through that.
Awesome.
So
awesome. I can't wait. And then who do you have as like judges? Do you have any like some cool
Me.
people? You're like, I enjoyed this.
I
one.
will probably be hitting the two of you up to come watch them.
Yeah,
actually,
man.
Because I go through. It's usually different people every year. Like not by choice. It just so happens that that's how it works. I'm like, hey, I have to judge 60 short films. Do you want to come over?
Yeah.
But it's always like me in one way or the other. I've watched since 2015. I've watched over 500 short film submissions.
Gosh, that's awesome. Though.
Yeah, it's fun. It makes it hard for me to enjoy horror movies now, though. That's why I was saying earlier. I'm like, I watch The Facts of Life.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch a horror movie.
Yeah. No, I get that. It's like sometimes you're so deep into one thing that it's like, I just need a break.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I watch like junky reality TV shows.
I
sometimes.
love that.
Yeah, same. I'll watch The Challenge. That's what I'm watching right now. The Challenge 40.
Are they still making them?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I liked Real World Road Rules Inferno.
Yeah.
2. That was a really good one.
Dude, I know. I love The Challenge. It's
Did
weird.
you watch the VH1 shows like I Love Money and I Love New York? And
Yeah, I love New York. Yeah.
There was a time period where they just kept doing spin-offs. It was like 2005, I think, maybe 2004. I loved VH1 back then. It was such a you just go on MySpace and check your MySpace and then watch fucking I Love Money.
Yeah, the Bret Michaels.
Yeah, I was
Flavor of Love.
I was
Yeah.
almost on Daisy of Love.
Oh,
I was
really?
I was in the final 10 of the online submission contest.
Yeah.
And I lost.
Oh, damn, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, I was clearly playing a character in my videos, like
Yeah.
But I was like, all right, I have to I had a leather jacket. This is when I still had hair. I looked like Johnny Ramone pretty much, and I had a dog puppet that was also wearing a leather jacket in the videos. And I was like, I was like, if there's a goth kid in the house, I'm gonna throw him in the pool, like just like already threatening people that are gonna be on the show. But I didn't.
So you became a liability.
Well, the guy who ended up winning, because it was like online voting,
Right.
He got kicked off the show. Like they flew him in from Syracuse. There's a I remember reading the news story about it. And they kicked him out in the hotel because apparently he cheated with it or something. And I looked the guy up like years later. He just he's been on other reality shows. He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
But the one guy, I would have to rewatch it to tell you who actually won the online thing. But they replaced him with the second place.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what place I was in. I was just in the final 10.
Yeah.
But that would have imagine my life right now if I was. I could
I know,
still
a
say
reality show.
I was the guy on Daisy of Love. No, I would.
That's how we'd be announcing you at the beginning of the show.
No, from Daisy of Love.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Bob Keller.
I don't know if I would have came back to Scranton.
Yeah, you would just have been.
I got that Daisy money.
Yeah.
And then there'd be no horror fest, and I never would have met Clint Howard. No,
That's
I'm
true.
glad.
Yeah.
See, if I got on that show, I wouldn't know Clint Howard, so I'm glad that I lost.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
best thing that ever happened to you.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Yeah, Daisy of Love. That's so funny, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I used to watch I Love New York. I had Tiffany.
I still have a
awesome.
crush on her.
Yeah, she.
I wish I was
like,
on her show.
She was just on I think it was it was E, I think. House of Villains.
I've seen clips of that.
Yeah. She's
I
on
just
that
her
now.
clips though.
Yeah. But and she kills it. She's amazing. She's so funny.
Wrestling and reality shows. I got nothing.
I know. But I don't know why I love reality shows. But how about you, Rory?
I've got Ravenview Productions. It is a film production company. I have a script that's going to be a thing shortly,
Hell yeah.
which is nice and great to throw yourself back into that kind of a nightmare.
Yeah.
Making movies. It's also the production company where we put out this podcast every single week. So if you want to look us up on the YouTubes and the Facebooks and wherever the fuck else you listen to this stuff, we got Church Conforti,
Yeah, Church.
Fourth Cut Reviews. He's
What?
posting stuff. He's doing stuff. He's got a what's it called? An Instagram? Is that what he's doing?
a TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah, that
Oh
shit.
my god.
He's
I
got
just
one of
deleted
those.
My TikTok. I uninstalled TikTok because I was watching it too much.
Yeah. They got Gravy Diggers Pot Pie. Mm-hmm. It's currently under investigation.
Yeah.
There's at least about 47 people that died this week from the Gravy Diggers Pot Pies.
Oh,
Can you confirm?
that's it? Yeah.
I know it's actually
actually
a slow
relatively
week, yeah,
low.
considering what's been. Schwartz Dreamboat is a local comedian that I think is hilarious. He just sent me a video this morning of him feeding his cats their treats, and it was on a little plate, and he was playing this classy music, and he just brought it to them in bed, and it made me laugh a lot harder than it should have. Real Chronicles, it's a friend of the show, Dave Gonzalez, his podcast that I sometimes pop on and decide to bring the show down a couple notches because of how little I know about most things. Kitties of NEPA Pet Rescue, the only thing that really matters as far as all these plugs go. It's where I got my cat Ella. She's got big spooky eyes, and she's great to lay around with. And
Does
you
she
too.
look like Elvis? Does she
I'll show you a
think-
picture of her. I'm going to 100% show you a picture of my cat. There's nothing you can do about it.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it's where I got her. And these people, they do the best type of work. They go in and they save cats from bad situations, and they get them homes, and they get them food, and they just give them a second chance at life. And you can get rid of all your kids and fill their rooms with cats. And that's all I got.
Hell yeah. All right. Yeah, really fast. Three Jacks Burger Bar. Make sure to check that out if you're in Dunmore. Best burger in
yeah.
town. You also have Battle of the Bards coming up in June 1st.
Ryan J. Woo-hoo. Rich Howells is on that one too.
Yeah. And Al Snow is going to be doing one of the battles coming up.
Al
And,
Snow, the wrestler.
No, Al.
Al Snow is going to be in.
He's bringing all the mannequin heads with him. No, but then we have Shantytown Design,
Hell yeah.
who helped design our website and helped us out with
Our trivia night. And
She
our-
sponsored the second Horror Fest.
Oh, awesome!
They're
Yeah.
just like great people.
Yeah, I sat
Yeah.
next to Sam. We were on different teams for the trivia.
Oh yeah.
She made me laugh about a sleepaway camp joke.
Yeah. We Becca and I had dinner with them a couple weeks ago, and they're just both great people.
Yeah.
And they've got these awesome dogs.
Yes,
I would
yeah.
like to have them on the show soon.
Hell yeah, man! Absolutely. Also,
I'm talking about the
music-
dogs, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Also, musically, a couple bands. Chris Lou, check out his EP, Songs from the Hallway. It's kind of like a Billy Joel type of sound, I would say.
Sure.
But it's on Spotify, iTunes, all that.
It's awesome.
Adam Farley's music and the mdgcrew.com. You could see upcoming shows. They have a bunch coming up. Adam is amazing.
Just
He's
listen
like
to
a
his music.
Justin Timberlake esque, right?
All around hilarious and cool dude.
Yeah. Of course, new metal messiah Jon Snow.
Messiah Jon Snow.
He has like 18 different bands. He's part of the Eastern Tribute Collective, and they do a bunch of covers of all new metal type bands, from Limp Bizkit to Korn to System of a Down,
Metallica.
and Metallica,
I just saw him perform a couple weeks ago with another band you're about to plug.
and Variant Season.
Yeah, they're both awesome. They're always awesome. Look up Variant Season. Like their music is wonderful to listen to when you're at the gym.
Hell yeah. And finally, FreakQuElsPodcast.com. If you go there, you can find links to Horror Fest. You can find links to
Kitties of
Shantytown
NEPA.
Design.
Yep.
NEP, Kitties of NPA,
Pet Rescue.
And also we have merch there if you want like t-shirts, hats. Thank you to everybody who's been purchasing all like stuff. We love you guys. Thank you for even tuning in and listening to us every week. That's crazy. Thank you so much.
I don't know why you do it to yourself.
It's awesome.
It's very, very strange.
Yeah. But no, guys, thank you. At home, we love you guys. Thanks for giving us all the feedback and everything.
All negative.
All negative.
It's like, please stop.
And thanks to Bobby Keller for being here. Dude, it was such a pleasure to hang.
I didn't know we were shouting out cool shit. Can I add something?
Oh my God, yeah,
So,
absolutely.
The Wilkes-Barre Scranton Roller Derby is doing that
God, yeah.
Tapped and Tatted event Saturday, May 31st at like their home field type thing, that warehouse. It's a 4949 Bernie Avenue Music.
Yes.
And they're teaming up with Voodoo Brewing, and just like check out their Facebook, and like just all the information's there. But like, yeah, I got caught off guard. I didn't want to just plug myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, and listen to Pucker Up.
Oh yeah, I heard their band is like
They're
awesome.
amazing. They're really
Yeah.
good.
I want to check their stuff out because
Union Vapors too. Check them out.
Oh yes, yeah. How'd your event go? You just had an
It was
event
cool. It was
there,
really
too.
it went really well. Yeah,
It was like a band, like a bunch of bands that came and did a show, right?
Yeah, it was like one band doing a tribute to another band. Like we had this band called Substance from Philadelphia came. They did a Joy Division and New Order set. We had
That's awesome.
Other stuff. It's in the fucking past. I don't give a fuck anymore.
But it was like a halfway to Halloween party.
Yeah. No, it was really
Yeah.
cool. A lot of people dressed up, and it's a really cool venue. They're doing a lot of not all ages, but they're doing it's a cool place for independent band, like original. Oh my God, cut this out. Edit this.
No.
Original artists to go, and it's a really cool new up and coming venue. It's a vape shop during the day, and they have live music at night, and they're
That's
really
awesome. Yeah.
really selfless and down to earth, and they really want to help like the local music scene evolve and have a place for people to go. It's really cool.
That's awesome. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah. But dude, thank you so much for being on
Thank
the show.
you for having
Please
me.
come back anytime you want. Like
All right,
seriously.
tomorrow.
Well, whenever we record, but yeah, you can come back tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. Yeah. No, but
No, I
dude,
would love to. This was
yeah.
really fun.
Yeah, no,
Thank you.
you were
Thank you both.
awesome. You were so funny, and this was a great pick because I felt like all of us had some good.
Yeah, it was really funny.
You guys
but-
have to pick the next movie though. Make me sit through something.
Okay. Sounds-
Howling 3.
I've seen it.
Oh no!
I would love to watch that again.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We'll find some trash for you to watch. It'll be
Yeah.
great.
Have you ever seen Making Contact? It's also known as Joey.
No.
No.
Oh my God. It has a ventriloquist dummy in it that fucking haunted my dreams throughout the entire 80s.
Really?
Next on Freakquels.
Next Sprinkles. Let's do Joey. But dude, no, thank you so much. It's been an honor to have you on. Seriously,
It's been
thank
an
you
honor
so
to
much.
be on the show. I love what you guys are doing, especially with like the events you're doing, the live screening of the Ed Wood movies and the trivia.
Yeah.
Please keep doing this because it's incredible.
Ah, dude, thank you so much.
Well,
That
we've had a
means
lot of
Thank
requests
you.
for people asking us to stop. So we'll have to see how this goes.
Cease and desist.
Exactly. It's a real big issue.
No, but
thanks,
dude,
man.
Thank you so much for being on. And
Of course, I had a great time.
thank you everyone at home for always tuning in, listening, and checking out our YouTube because that's like new for us, new territory. And just tuning in every single week and giving us your love and feedback. So, guys, thank you so much, and thank you for listening to
Fuck. nothing left to say. But fuck.
Thanks for listening to Prequels. Fuck.